Cheers. Hello, everybody! How are we doing today? We have got Team Canada up against Booty Clippers, which is, of course, the teams consisting of Hedera and Melters, and Deku and Dawnsparce. So, I'm joined on commentary with even more Evil Prophet. How are you doing today?
Yeah, not bad. Looking forward to my matches later, but first off, we got this very important match to go between two very strong teams.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about that. Deku and Drum coming off the back of beating... Who was it again in their opening match? Was it Seahawks and Diva, or am I misremembering?
That sounds familiar. I can quickly double check, unless you're already on it.
Nah, you go for it. But meanwhile, Hedera and Melters, they did. I know that for a fact. That one did come up against Seahawks and Divu. Meanwhile, they have taken a couple of hard losses, but not really against, opponents they would be expected to be. I think it was yourself and Team TGU, as far as I can remember. Doing a...
It wasn't us. They've lost to you and Team TGU.
Oh, that's right. Completely forgot. My head's all at sea. But
their match they won was against Bloog and Classic Box that the Booty Clippers won.
I'm completely misremembering then. So it must have been Booty Clippers versus Seahawks Divu. You know what? I'm gonna pull up the thing. Let's find out.
Yeah, we have quite a linear looking card here for us today, which is going to be quite interesting. There's not going to be too many opportunities for people to be jumping out of stories to be getting missions. So it's going to be quite an interesting one to see basically who can get through the story fastest. I would normally put that advantage with Deku and Drum, but in this sort of high pressure situation, anything can happen. It's very easy to make a mistake, set you back at the start of a level, and the other person gets a good minute or so advantage. So it will be interesting to see.
Just to confirm one more time then. So yeah, Seahawks and Divu, that was Team Canada's victory, and meanwhile, Deku Drum's victory was Bloog and Box. So there we go. Okie dokie, so I think we're just about ready to get ourselves underway.
Yeah, I think both teams have had a few minutes to talk, see how they're getting on. We'll be hoping to get this match off and going as soon as possible. Because, of course, we do have two more matches following this one, so we don't want to fall too far behind.
Absolutely correct. Looks like Hedera is well at the starting line. Melters with the Secretary theme. Drum just hovering around in Cosmic War.
Yeah, let's have a look. What are going to be early ones we're going to see people potentially go for here? I'm looking... Both teams, of course, have the 3 golden beetles, so we're trying to keep track of that for both Hero and Dark
that's
Story.
Very interesting. We've obviously got Dry Lagoon, 2 Chow boxes there, I see. Early Hero. There's Meteor Herd. There is Meteor Herd, but that's that's not exactly early. The funny ones I'm seeing are renaming a Chow the name of your opponent. It's a pretty quick goal to grab. Looks like we are off and underway now. So it's sort of quite a nice little balanced across the board. A couple of missions dotted here and there. But we're off and underway. So we see some pretty sus characters on our screen here. Not to be drawn attention to, of course. Just standard bingo as far as I can tell.
You see Melters there with a lovely Eatmar jump to get this off inside. So he's going to be ahead of Drum because of that. Taking a little bit of a risk, but going quite well. As we see, you can see Deku see if he's going to go for a C skip attempt here. I'd imagine so. There's no real goals that I can see in City Escape we're going to be going for, so no reason not to.
Does he land it?
And yes, does hit the skip.
See if Hedera not going for it.
Oh, so that's going to be an advantage here. Big one for Deku. You'd imagine about 30 seconds or so.
Well, the thing is that Deku's just skipped the gold beetle. Is interesting to remember. So maybe Hedera's got one eye on that goal.
Yeah, quite possibly, because you can quite easily get the Wild Canyon, and you see Hedera here going for it, but not getting it. Jumping a little too high, but taking the Chow key. I wonder if we're going to see an early Chow rename.
Yeah, giving yourself a few options there. Meanwhile, we're seeing our Dark Runners at the elevator now. Dawnsparce looking like he got there a little bit earlier. Deku just dipping back and also breaking a couple of chow boxes. Is that one of the goals? Iron Gate chow boxes, or am I?
It is not. I know I did that yesterday just because you can. I think Melter's maybe just killing some time while he waits.
Just passing the time. Oh yeah, here we go.
He's looking pretty close between our runners. Oh, Melter's just taking it out for the box, probably handing the advantage to Drum, especially with that punch on the enemy. So it is definitely looking like Booty Clippers are going to be ahead out of those stories.
Some funny looking texture going on right there.
Yeah, that's one of the symptoms of the Among Us mod, is that cutscenes don't quite come through very cleanly.
Here we go. Yeah, as you say, well, Deku and Drum definitely ahead in the story right now. Melter's not super far behind. Adair obviously taking a bit longer in City Escape due to not getting City Escape. Does have the Chow key on hand though, so she likely is going to go straight into this Chow Garden. Won't be able to go directly to the kindergarten without exiting out though, which is the thing to keep in mind. But she does have the garden unlocked. Question is it worth even going in and breaking the egg, or might you just?
I imagine she'll break the egg because then you can just go straight into the door and it will walk you straight back into the story. So. She doesn't know. She's going to try and rename the Chow.
Oh no, Dara!
And find herself right back in the in the story.
Moment of truth. Whoops.
But it's halfway there to that goal, you'd say. Now probably realizing and feeling a little silly. But as we see Deku getting a pretty below average set, you'd say here. Of course, Deku a very accomplished hunter in this game. Looking at over 30 seconds in Wild Canyon, you'd be very unhappy with this. He has been practicing this stage. A lot recently.
Melter's breaking some Chow boxes in Dry Lagoon. Obviously looking to get that first goal on the board here. Drum also getting the one up top there.
Yeah, they're both going for the same two, I'd imagine. Oh no, Melter's dipping out without getting the other top one, so he's going to go for the top one on the other side. So
Drum spotted his palm tree free piece there.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a race here.
Yeah, certainly is. This could be a little bit of a tipping point so early on for Melter's. Under a chin there. Looks like the first goal actually does go to Booty Clippers, just a little bit ahead of our feeds here. Yeah. Drum-basher just getting his piece just before Melter, so just about sniping him there.
Yeah, I think closer. That was very much a who can click the goal fastest kind of one.
I think so, because Melter's actually had the faster time.
Yeah.
I don't know if there were any resets there, though.
But Melter's, of course, was a little slower out of Sand Ocean, so that was probably the advantage Drum had. So, yeah, very, very tight between the two of them. And Melter's will know now exactly that he is right there with Drum, who did pick up a Chow key, interestingly. So maybe he's going to be the one trying to go for the rename on his team.
Interesting. He's probably going to know that he can just get himself out.
He doesn't know either.
Come on.
He's also going to go for the early rename and mess it up.
What's this all about? Drum-basher.
Our poor players not knowing their Chow.
With profit on cons. Liam's somewhere out there.
It'd be interesting now which one of them goes back for it, because obviously both of them now in a very good position to just go and rename that Chow. They've opened it up, but who's going to grab a Chow key again or exit out to go do the rename?
Yeah, absolutely. So Melter's a bit ahead in Sand Ocean. Wondering, when would Hedera be looking at an opportune moment to exit out? Ooh.
Drum taking an early death there into the sand. I know he likes to go for the first cycle for safety because he goes sandwalking in bingo lol. So yeah, definitely handing an advantage here to Melter.
Did you spot if Deku managed to snipe that gold beetle there or not? I actually didn't see.
He didn't, but I imagine he would. I noticed Melter's there did just take out the golden beetle in Sand Ocean, so that's, I'd imagine, their second one. I can't see a reason why you'd skip the one in Iron Gate.
Yeah, there is one in Dry Lagoon, but it's pretty far out of the way if I'm not wrong, right?
Yeah, you've got to go sort of towards where you would normally go for the Chow and casual route, and it's a cliff in that you then can't get back out of because you need Mystic Melody, so it's just not worth it.
Wondering if Drum, I don't know, I was kind of all eyes on Melter's in that one. I wonder if Drum did actually pick up the... oh no, he didn't, did he? So, here we go. Melter's coming up towards the end of Sand Ocean now. Of course, Sand Ocean M2 is going to be unlocked, so... Yeah, as sort of we said earlier, a lot of linear goals on the board here. There's not really I'm tough. I'm trying to find it pretty tough to pinpoint when exactly would be the opportune moment to exit out and go into ALs. I think it's kind of just be a matter of playing it by ear and seeing what the other team does.
Yeah, I think both teams are probably going to go quite late before they decide that.
Deku going for the mock bounce here, trying to make it all the way to the upgrade. Going for Pacifist, Metal Harbor, M1 there. It's a pretty common...
Oh, Deku!
No, Deku! No!
Manages the hard bit and then taking an interesting death.
Oh, that's really big because Hedera's right behind now.
Yeah, the question is, will Deku believe he's now behind because of that death and avoid going for Pacifist? One of the decisions you have to make on the spot.
Actually.
He is going to still go for it again. I'm taking another death.
It's dead even. Melters, I mean, I keep saying Melters. Hedera and Deku neck and neck now into Metal Harbor here.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Yeah, Melters can't really afford another mistake. Obviously, going for the slightly harder, in my opinion. Did I?
Yeah,
oh, Deku!
We keep saying Melters.
Deku taking the death, so Hedera now has the lead. Is also going to go for the mock bounce, but failing that as well. Oh, the spin dash jump is just the spin dash jump is just so much easier. Okay, so Drum is going back out for this goal, which means Melter's taking a death. 40 seconds in. I'm assuming he had a checkpoint. At least it's not too big.
It's all a bit mad at the moment. Deku is up in the air. He's trying to go all the way, which I do respect.
As we see
now
Hedera
does get the mock bounce. Should be enough touch. Is that going to make it? Ooh, it was tight. It's that camera switch that can really just mess with you a little bit. Hedera.
Nearly making the same mistake. I believe that Melters is now going to be on his way to attempting to get this, I would imagine, third and final Golden Beetle.
Well, here we go. Drum's about to name this Chow. Is it going to be Hedera or is it going to be Melters? There we go. Goal number 114, Canada. That is that Gold Beetle. So here we go. Or maybe it's just going to be Canada.
Oh, Drum, you've got to delete some letters first before we try and add some. There we go, he's realised. Canada, I imagine it's going to be.
Drum's menuing really coming in handy here. Love to see it. Boom. Goal number 3, in fact, because why is the only name I can say today, Melters? Deku is claiming Pacifist Metal Harbor M1 right as Drum Basher gets that Chow goal. Meanwhile, Drum is back into Radical Highway, but Melters has the story advantage at the moment.
Yeah, Melters is going to know that. He's going to, I imagine, he's going to see that Drum is the one that clicked that goal, and obviously with Deku just getting through Pacifist, he's going to know exactly where Drum is, and know he has that big story advantage, so he can go for some of these linear goals and feel a little bit comfortable as long as he didn't make any major mistakes. So maybe a slight misplay there from the Booty Clippers going for that goal.
I'm wondering how close, because of course Pacifist, Metal Harbor M1, you're passing up on another Gold Beetle. Both of them went for it, so unless... No, I doubt that, but like, nobody broke the Gold Beetle and then went back to try and get Pacifist, did they? That seems like it would be a bit too much of a risky play.
No,
so I'm imagining Hedera missed C. What is happening? Deku missed C. So it would just be. I don't actually know if either of them have got Wild Canyon either.
I
so
don't
just
think
gonna have to wait and see for that wall.
Yeah, I imagine they probably both got the Prison Lane one, but that means they're probably both sat here on one each. Going into Green Forest, which is quite an easy one in the way to get. And then it's going to be a race, I imagine, for the Mission Street one, which again is quite on your way and quite hard one to miss.
The Among Us character has just gotten some new drip in egg quarters, so Melter's well on his way.
Yeah, also going for these 5 animals. Yeah, he's got 2 already, so making steady progress. I'd be interested to see if Drum goes for this goal though, because Drum's going to catch up while Melters is still running around 4 animals. Knowing that Melters is probably ahead, he might avoid going for this goal and be able to take some time to get ahead of Melters.
Yeah, Melters only just grabbing his piece 1 as well, so it's going to be Death Strap time. Of course, that doesn't affect the hidden animals in any way whatsoever. Now 2 beautiful women with fish faces. Yeah, Melters just struggling for the parrot.
Yeah, trying to get the 3rd animal, gets it. As we see Sonic Ancient Light there picked up by Deku.
Yep, goal number 4. So it's an early enough strong lead for the Booty Clippers. But just kind of due to the nature of this board, an early lead isn't going to necessarily translate to the full thing, I don't think. I think we are still seeing Team Canada here in a pretty solid position to give themselves a lot of good footing in this game. Hedera there does pick up her next gold beetle.
There's Melters, so he needs to get himself some animals.
Yeah, Drum's in egg quarters now. He's going to be quick on his feet here, and again, as you say, he might just sort of scrap that goal. Looks like Melters has got it. And
yeah, Melters
should. There we go. Oh, struggling a bit, but the goal has been checked.
Well, that of course does allow a lot of time catch up here for Drum. You know, another very strong hunter in his own right. So not having to go for those animals, you can see potentially a minute or so gained here for Drum, which is a lot of the advantage that Melters did have wiped out.
Straight over the thick wall in green room. So yeah, Drum is definitely going to be looking at this. This is the thing about bingo. If a goal is ticked at the right time, then it can kind of, it's not obviously never great to lose out on a goal to anybody, but it can at least sort of set you on the right track to just sort of cutting your losses and just making yourself getting a little bit closer to the other guy in front, as we've just seen Drum do there.
And we've seen both runners get out of Green Forest. Deku, you can tell by his time, went for Wall Run. Hedera without going for any skip there. Neither of them clicking off that gold beetle goal, so they must both be at 2 at the most here. So Melters here going for some animals. Melters, I know these ones quite well. These were part of the Nightmare goals we were doing towards the end of last year. So he's probably going to know what all 10 of these are, so imagine grab these 5 nice and quick. And probably get out ahead still Drum quite comfortably.
Looks like Deku's just loading into Hero's story now, back into Pumpkin Hill.
Yeah, interesting. Did he quit out?
Not sure what that was all about. Did he? I don't know.
He might have been on 0. Might have been on 0 lives potentially, I'd imagine.
It's an interesting thing to do that here. Oh, what is with that shadow? Did you see that?
No, I didn't see.
For some reason, the Among Us character just had a giant square shadow.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I do see it. Yeah, very interesting.
What in the world?
Oh, there's both pieces here. Sleep with the Dead for both our players. Let's see which ones they are. So it's gonna be still pretty neck and neck. You know, Deku a little bit ahead going for his 3rd piece, which gets Suffering. Not a great piece from there. We'll see what Hedera gets. Is it the bottom of Church? Doesn't look like it. So they're gonna be pretty close. Slight advantage here for Deku, but Melters not. Hedera not very far behind at all.
Yeah, I'm interesting. I'm seeing Mikey Cool Money in the chat saying questioning whether or not Melter. Oh my god, Deku's game crashed. Something's not. Every word that comes out of my mouth is Melters. Whether Deku's game crashed there, but I'm sure we'd have to ask him about that a bit later on the interview once this is all over.
That is the risk you run using these mods. That is, if it did crash.
It's definitely an even game so far. You know, as you can see, you know, both runners just now loading into Mission Street, and both of the Dark runners on the Lost Colony elevator. So Melters a little bit of an advantage here in terms of time. You'd think that this is going to be looking like 4-3 come the end of this stage. And in fact, there it is. Melters with a nice Lost Colony goal pick up there, and that's put him in a good position now. I wonder what the next thing is I will be on is Weapons Bed, I'd imagine.
Makes sense. Eventually now, both of them coming up to the Golden Beetle now, so we'll see who gets this one. And it's Hedera.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Hedera gets the click on the Golden Beetle. So we've actually now... Does Deku miss? No, Deku missed the jump getting onto the tube, so Hedera got there slightly earlier.
Did that make a difference?
Yeah, it does, because Deku does their kill it, which obviously would have been his 3rd. So Hedera now getting a slight advantage in the story and stealing that goal.
Yeah, suddenly Team Canada are looking pretty strong, because Melters has, as you say, the lead in the Dark Story. Hedera a narrow lead in Hero Story, and all even on the scoreboard. So interesting one here.
And then it's quite a quick goal here as well for Melters. You don't go too far of your way for these chow boxes in Weapons Bed. He's already got one of them. We'll see if Drum goes for it as well, or just concedes this one, knowing he's behind. He's not gone for the first one, so he might be conceding this one to try and make some time up.
I'm just noticing.
Ooh, okay.
Accidental death there, maybe from Melters. But oh no!
It's a costly one as well, because he does go back to the start. So
oh, that's huge.
So this could be huge. The Drum isn't going for this goal because he would have been ahead. But Melter's now
absolutely huge.
Will be going for it. Is Drum really struggling getting around these boxes, it seems?
I think based on the rules, did we not establish that Deku isn't going to... Come on! That Meltons isn't going to have to break these boxes the second time. I don't actually think he needs to.
I think we established you wouldn't need to, but I think just playing it safe. Oh, Drum is going for it. Okay, he skipped the first one, but he's got the second box here. The third one being up by the satellite, just by satellite jump. So he was intending to go for it, just with a different routing. And probably about to steal this goal from Melters, who pretty much had it comfortably in the bag until taking that near 40-second death.
Yeah, how quickly things can shift. Asadera is just ahead of Deku coming out of Mission Street there on our screens. And what were we referring to? So yeah, I was actually going to say, it's funny because if you look at Dark Story, for about 4 stages in a row, there's the Egg Quarters hidden animals, then there's the Lost Colony hidden animals, then there's the Weapons Bed chow boxes, and then there's Security Hall hidden animals. So, a fair little string of goals to collect, and yeah, as you say, there's that goal going to Drumbasher. 5-4 to the Booty Clippers at the moment, and be wondering how much Melters will be looking back at that moment come the end of this race. He goes for grip jump.
Just avoiding that shot as well, which could have potentially killed him if he'd committed too much to that jump. As we see both our hero runners here making their way through the Aquatic Mine. It looks like Adera's got the slightly better set as she comes into the finish now and grabs it as Deku just a few seconds behind. So, yeah, Adera with a very slight lead in Hero Story.
Melters isn't letting her run away with it. Not at all. But she's doing everything she can.
Adera and Deku. Melters has nothing to do with Hero Story.
I've called Melters Deku and I've called Deku Melters. I don't understand. Their names are not similar. It's not on purpose. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee, I think. Wake myself up.
Right. We do enter the very fun driving section of Hero Story. Everybody's favourite. Hark back to the Hero Story tournament. Everyone's fond memories of watching both runners simultaneously running through Route 101. But this does give us an opportunity.
Go ahead.
Gives us an opportunity here to focus on both our runners' security halls.
Unfortunately, it takes us away from the Snow Among Us cart for Deku to enjoy. But there's a little bit of action to look forward to in the kart stages. See if either runner comes back here for the M2 goal later on. Once we get to Route 280, we'll see some funnies. We'll probably just see our runners turn around and drive straight off the edge.
Adera here Adera here with a little bit of a radar reading issue. She can't quite work out which 2-coloured container this is.
You mean Melters?
Yeah, Melters. That is who I mean.
Someone's in the water today.
Yes.
Let's have a look.
Oh, Drum getting very unlucky with his P3 with a bad. You can see it, but can't take it. But just missing the spider. It's not going to cost him too much because Melters is quite a bit behind.
Still got to grab these animals though.
And he's still grabbing the animals, of course. Maybe he intentionally failed it, knowing he had to grab more animals.
Let's see here.
As we see Melters. Yeah, Melters very cleverly confirming it's the blue 3 cylinders, and maybe conceding this goal potentially in Security Hall, knowing that Drum's probably going to get there first.
Oh, Drum's going to do the clip. Here we go.
And he gets it. Very nice. So Melters very narrowly behind as both runners make their way through Security Hall.
Yeah, Melters saving a little bit of time there in terms of the actual finish, so not being left behind. I'm seeing a lot of that in this match, actually. Just the runner being really quick to just get up and go once the goal is gone. And here we go. So Flying Dog could be a bit of a difference maker here as long as manipulations go well for both our runners here.
Yeah, I know Drum
Rouge looking a bit weird.
Drum goes for the slightly less common, faster strat here. We'll see if he can get it to work for him.
There you go. Let's hit one. And gets the second hit
very
as well.
Cleanly.
Melters with Up Dog coming in clean. Here we go, off to that corner now, just to whittle away on Flying Dog and get him taken down. 218 for Deku.
Very clean fight there from Drum, getting a 31.8. So it's only going to save him another second or so on Melters, but little bit to add up when you come to these goals. Or maybe 2.5 seconds.
3 seconds, yeah. Here we go, white jungle time. Currently looking at a 6-4 score. Hedera does still have the lead on Deku in Hero Story. There is... what is there left to do in Hero Story, really?
So Pyramid Cave, M3... So they've got to do... Well, the Meteor Herd, you'd imagine they're going to do. Eternal Engine, you'd imagine they're going to do. It'd be interesting if anybody quips out before they get to Final Rush.
I'd be amazed if it goes that far. There's so many other things to go and get, like... There's beginner kart racing emblem, so that might be fun.
So a little difference in strategy here is we see Hedera going for GC skip and Deku going for pole hop. So
and you lower out gamers, yes.
But Hedera not getting enough height.
It's okay. She's rescued it.
She saves it. She saves it.
It's okay.
And going for it again.
Going for it again. And she gets it this time. Heart in mouth moment for Wall of Hedera. But that has... it's these little moments here that are just sort of falling into Booty Clipper's laps. It really is, you know, just small little things that have now seen Deku shift into the lead. How are we looking in Dark Story right now? Still pretty close.
Yeah, I think Drum here opening up his lead a little bit. Melters, I think, is losing some lives so that he can game over and route 280 faster. But...
Is that worth just restarting? I don't think so.
It is worth restarting. That was a long death.
I mean, is that not worth just restarting, I'd have to say. So yeah, Melters looks like he's figured that out nice and early. I
think it's another one that he potentially saw me do yesterday, because I took that death before doing the Shadow 1 game over. Ooh. So maybe there's a couple of things I've seen Melters do in this match that I did yesterday. Maybe he's just putting out a tribute to me.
There we go. But yeah, as you say, the next actual hero goal in the story is a little ways off. It is that Meteor Herd M4, or sorry, Meteor Herd Chow boxes and finish. So I don't know if we're going to see our guys and girl go further into space or not here. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see an exit out, maybe sometime just after Pyramid Cave.
Then we are looking at quite a close match, both, you know, obviously on the scoreboard and in terms of where they are in the stories. And they'll probably have a good idea about that, looking at when each other have been pressing goals. So I think it's going to be a case of who blinks first and goes and leaves to try and go get some other goals. At the moment.
So here we go. Drum with 4 lives. Are those 2 resets going to be enough to make up Melter's lost ground here in the Faker cutscene? I don't know.
Oh, we see Deku taking a death!
How bad is that? It's about 18 seconds there.
So it's a significant...
That was before the upgrade.
Yeah, so I think they died... I don't know, right as they were going towards the speed pad, maybe, to jump over towards the goal. As we see Drum here. Drum taking the game over, just as Melters gets through the fight. So Melters isn't going to game over here, which means they're going to be, I'd imagine, about level.
Is Drum going to now take an opportunity to go and get some ILs? Yes, he is. Sand Ocean M2 is first up for Drum. There's a couple others he could go for here. The Radical Highway is right there. Skyrail not available yet, but what else could there be for Drum here? Beginner kart racing won't be available for him. Of course, he would have had to beat Route 280. So it kind of is just... Oh, it's headquarters there as well. So there's 2 on the table for Drum here to get, if you would so feel inclined. But Melters might be doing okay here by just sticking with it.
I see why he's taken that decision. Obviously, Route 280 is a very slow one. But with Melters not going for it, and just potentially ceding these 2 goals to Drum, it's going to give Melters a massive story advantage, you know, imagine, and can take some of those later dark goals, like Mad Space. Oh, Mad Space.
As well as Mad Space, but he'll unlock Skyrail, and he'll also unlock the beginner kart racing.
Yeah,
so
Mad Space Skyrail, yeah.
Give himself a couple of things
here. Takes a death as well, so a little bit more of an advantage here.
He's taking some tough times here in Sand Ocean M2. Not the easiest M2 in the world, that's for sure.
As we see both our runners finishing Pyramid Cave, so a very slight advantage here to Hedera. Only a few seconds in it, which is probably all going to be completely turned upside down because we do have Death Chamber, a stage that Deku has made pretty much his own.
Yeah, good chamber they call it.
And Deku getting a piece.
Former world record holder now. But of course, claiming that world record with no booty clips, am I right? Or was it just booty clips? I can't remember.
I think Hedera here taking Eyes Bugged Out, which is an interesting piece.
Green Room piece ones are always a little bit... and
she is going to take the Death Strap.
Sort of shaky. See if it works out. She's got plenty of lives in the tank.
As Deku goes off to go and grab his piece. We see Red Body, so not a bad piece too. As we see Deku grabbing his piece too.
Here we go now. What's it going to be? Deku looking like he's likely going to get himself out here. Flying Fish, so straight to Blue Secret. What's Hedera's piece going to be?
The air of a Scorpion. So you can imagine a slight advantage here for Deku going into King Boom Boo. But not going to be too much. We're only looking at maybe, what, 10, 15 seconds?
If this was a hero race, this would be great. Because it's been so back and forth. But, well, it kind of has been for the past few stages, that's for sure. What's Drum up to now? He's looking like he's going to go and get that Egg Quarters M3 goal. There's currently 8-4 to the Booty Clippers. Looking pretty solid right now. But, it could all come down to the hero story.
See at which point Drum realizes he needs to still go get the Mystic Melody, because he's not grabbed that, I don't believe, from Dry Lagoon yet, has he? Not that I've seen.
He might be trying to just give himself that ground, but surely he knows.
You'd think you'd know.
Here we go. Melters will have just unlocked the beginner kart racing, so could potentially see him in there.
I wouldn't.
He'll be loading himself in Skyrail now.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect to see it.
If push comes to shove, he might be going in there.
Okay, so Drum has gone straight back into Headquarters. We'll see if he has the Mystic Melody. I didn't see him grab it, but doesn't mean he hasn't. Nope, there we go.
Yep, there we go. A very snap realization there. Up we go.
Interesting. Melters has out. He's going to Radical Highway. So he's going to try and take the Radical Highway from Drum here, because you imagine Drum's going to go for this one as well. So this is a very good play. Very good play from Melters, especially if he can finish this while Drum's potentially in the M3 or M4. Because then he will have that advantage, so in story, and will have stopped Drum getting this goal.
Question is, I think, how quickly can he get this? If Drum loads into Radical Highway after this, that's big. But if Drum goes back into Dark Story, rather, then I fancy Drum to catch up to Melters before he can actually get this Radical Highway goal. M4 A rank. It's not sort of the most tedious thing in the world, but you can probably fit a Route 280 or so in there in that time.
I can see Drum potentially going for this because Drum's taking the death.
Hello, synced up Among Us and Sonic victory poses.
Yeah, this is very interesting. So yeah, we see Drum take off the M3 there for Headquarters. So if he does
trouble, and now we'll see.
If he clicks into Radical Highway here, this is a very big moment for Team Canada.
Oh, look how close Hedera and Deku are right now.
Especially if they're both going for the 100 rings here as well. This is a very, very easy mission to fail. We'll see if they both go for...
this is interesting, yeah. And it's going to be important. It's going to be important that they know Old E-Skip, because... Of course, that does make the goal a lot quicker to get than and a lot safer to get, I would say, as well. The end of Eternal Engine is a really sort of scary section.
So we have seen Drum. We have seen Drum go into Radical Highway. So this is big for Team Canada, because you'd imagine that Melters is going to get this M4 A rank first, and then have the story advantage for the final 2 remaining story goals.
Absolutely gigantic here, because Melters will have this, and he's basically just taking Drum for a walk right now, is what's happening. You know, he's just keeping him coasting along, and Drum Basher will not get this goal before Melters, I don't think, unless Calamity strikes in something like M4. Going for A ranks. Drum Basher obviously has a lot more experience in that regard, but Melters will be loading into M4 basically right now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting now as both our runners approaching what would be old E-Skip.
Do we know?
Both of them will know it.
Can they get this item box? Nice and quick. Deku's got it. Nice and quick.
Hedera.
But Deku's not going. And neither is Hedera.
Yeah, they're both
yes,
going.
They are. Here we go.
Deku there with the old strategy getting out. And Hedera! It's a race to the goal ring here.
It's the most And it's the most thrilling Eternal Engine skip you've ever seen.
So it's a slight advantage to Deku, who did get out first, but whoever has a more direct angle here will have the chance of stealing this goal from the other player. Tsushima was making his way through the M4. Clear advantage in terms of time here.
I'm not quite sure how our stream delay is, but if it's as close as this, then it really might come down to whose fingers are fast on that click. We'll have to see. Hedera nearly clipping back in bounds. Oh no, that's the wall.
So
here we go. It is 10.
Deku that gets it. Deku does get it.
Oh, that's as close as it comes. That really is. Look at that.
But now this is going to lead to a race of who can get those 2 Chow boxes in Meteor Herd first, which might not even be down to skill. This could purely be RNG. A bad set for one of our runners here, and it's a huge advantage for this next goal.
Yeah. Well, right now, it kind of is in Hero Story's hands. Let's see if we're going to see our guys get those Meteor Herd goals and then maybe exit out straight away afterwards. There is a funny strat, right, which me and Yarasu have been talking about, where if you get the Chow key, you can just load into the Chow Garden and then just exit out to the menu instead of having to watch the cutscene like you would have to in the Rouge fight. Don't think we'll be seeing that.
Alright, so we see both runners. We see 2 stone platforms for Deku, huge storage area for Hedera.
Yeah, let's see. Deku on his way to grab that piece nice and quick. Hedera has a piece in a similar location, but she falls down.
And Deku grabs that second Chow box. You'd imagine this is going to be a big advantage here for Deku. Probably going to take this goal.
What is it? Oh.
I don't know, we like that piece. If you're in a good spot for the rest of your pieces. Hedera grabbing her second Chow box. We'll see what her second piece is. Going to need to be something good at this point.
2001 Moon, that's not bad.
Yeah, but it's not going to be enough as Deku comes down here for... Oh, if he goes to the right piece...
He's got it. He's got it.
Yeah, he does find it. Try to watch the stars, and that will be Deku's goal.
Goodness me. This is kind of all just falling back into Deku and Drum's hands here, really, isn't it?
It'll be interesting now if our runners quit out. It's, of course, the final rush goal, but that's not a very fun one to go for, because you do have to go through Please Gadget. Oh, of course, there's the Flame Ring as well, though.
Story. And Melters is basically ahead of Drum in every sense right now. He probably would take this to Mad Space, you'd think, wouldn't you? Or I'm not sure. Would he exit out after Skyrail, or is it going to be...
No, I mean, you've only got the one boss fight between Skyrail and Mad Space. Interesting.
Exiting out?
Oh, he's going for the car race.
Car race! I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one. But
this is a very interesting choice here from Melters. Unless he's worried that Drum is now doing this. But of course, not knowing that Drum hasn't done Route 280 yet.
This is going to take less time than Route 280. But I don't know. I don't know. It depends on how this goes. If he gets this and then goes back into the story and is still ahead of Drum, that is pretty big.
It's going to be close. But yeah, if he can get it back out ahead of Drum here, getting this extra goal, that will be huge. Potentially, of course.
No shadow alternate cut.
As we hear Hedera now going back to Route 101 M2. So leaving this Flame Ring to Deku.
Well, that'll be 12. So...
I'd be interested if Deku even finishes the stage here. Deku might just grab the Flame Ring and leave and go for one of the ILs. I'd imagine something like maybe Wild Canyon M4, which is quite a quick one.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing right now, because if Deku does stay in the story, then he's basically got that final rush goal all to himself. And that would basically secure the win. But it's kind of just going to be all coming down to how much Hedera is going to be in Deku's head, I suppose, right now, in the sense of Deku not necessarily knowing where she is, and also seeing if he opts to exit out or not.
So we're seeing Hedera get this
11-6.
Getting out before Deku manages to get the Flame Ring, so assuming Hedera can... Yeah, Deku there marking the Flame Ring, so it all comes down to Deku can just stay in the story knowing he probably has story advantage and take the final rush win.
Yeah, I think that might have just sealed it, to be honest. Deku now is knowing that Hedera is not in Hero Story with him, so he's probably just going to keep it going, get final rush, and seal the deal.
Yeah, I think at this point it's a case of how close can Team Canada make it, but the writing is basically on the wall because they cannot really stop Deku getting this final rush goal first.
No, it would take some sort of disaster.
I can't see them grabbing everything else before he gets there.
Looks like that beginner kart racing emblem is all melters, and he will actually be loading back into Dark Story, I'd imagine, before Dawnsparce.
It's going to be pretty close.
Finish up. I think it is going to be quite close. Where's he going? Back into it.
Mismenuing. He's going stage set, so he's not going story.
Huh.
I don't know. Yes, okay.
I think he's a bit lost. But it's still the melters in the lead here. So the goal difference, I think, is going to be pretty good for Hedera and melters in this instance.
Yeah, especially if they can take, because you'd imagine that Hedera is going to get this M4B rank first. Melters has the advantage in this Skyrail M2, so they can grab both of those. They can at least get to 9 goals. So it won't be too big of a deficit. Melters needs to avoid deaths like that, though. His Drum is going to be right on his tail, and Drum very, very consistent at these shadow stages.
Yeah, absolutely. So how close could they make this realistically? If Hedera gets this goal now, that'll be 8, and if Melters can beat Drum to, well, if Melters can manage to beat Drum to Mad Space and Skyrail before Deku finishes off in Final Rush, then that would be that'd be 10. So I think we could, you know, we're probably maybe going to see the closest this race is going to be 13-10, but I think anything like a 13-9 or a 13-8 is still a respectable result. I don't think Melters and Hedera have done any real disservice to themselves here.
Yeah, I think 13-9 is what I expect here, because Hedera will get this M4 first, and assuming that Melters now leaves and go get the M2 before Drum's able to, that would get them to 9.
Make sure it's a B rank.
That wasn't so hard.
Yeah, she's taking a lot of enemies. I don't know if that's a second hint, so okay.
That would be... well, it's either second or third, because high plays.
Yeah, she's getting 15,000, 30.5.
Well, Deku is probably putting himself in pole position here now because he knows where those Chow boxes are before even having to do Final Rush skip. So it's kind of just be a fall of glory here for Deku, and that should be the game done and dusted.
Yeah, so I think Melt was just going to try and get this Mad Space one.
Spoke too soon! Deku hits the kill plane, so we're sticking around for a little bit longer.
I don't think it's going to matter too much because Drum could either here get the Mad Space Animals or Skyrail M2, and basically Melters have to second guess him and get to it first. But Drum is getting into Mad Space first as well. So
did we see some Egg Golem shenanigans?
Oh, and then Deku forgetting to go get the Chow boxes this time round.
Yeah, Deku just having a little bit of trouble here at the end. He's probably
we see too close to the forest for Melters, so getting the 3-piece. Maybe that will save him slightly in this race to 5 animals, but.
I'm wondering if Deku is feeling a little confident here and maybe just taking the foot off the gas a bit. They're in a very good position, but maybe just ease on the gas a little bit because it's going a little bit tricky for Deku in Final Rush right now. But he should still be okay.
We see Hedera get out of M2 there, so she's going to be going for that Pyramid Cave M3. I wouldn't expect her to be able to get to the end before Deku, but you never know. Isn't the best from Deku at the moment. And a bit of problem with these. As we see, Melt was grabbing his second piece, so he needs to find a few more animals before he grabs his final piece.
Yeah, there's 4 animals for Drum, though.
And it is
have a look here. 3 for Melters.
So Melters has pretty much found his final piece, so he needs to find 2 animals. He's got the Condor. I think there's another... the Peacock, sorry. I think there's another one.
Just platform up here, is there not?
Platform, I think. Oh, it's over... one of these boxes, maybe?
Dangerous Moon, so Drum's on his way down.
Melters needs his piece. Drum gets it. Drum gets the goal. So that is GG.
And that's GG. 13-8.
Melters was missing that animal, which is very, very sad because he was very close behind.
Yeah, Melters and Hedera have done themselves okay here, I think. I think it's just been a bit of misfortune. Looks like Deku eventually just said no to Final Rush skip. Didn't even need to get it done in the end, so good for them. GG to the Booty Clippers. GG to Team Canada too. Good game. But yeah, I think the story of this was just Booty Clippers being a little bit more clutch when it came down to it, right?
Yeah, just clinical when it comes to a couple of these goals, managing to just steal in there ahead of Canada. But yeah, you put a couple of those goals that were, only a few seconds apart towards Canada. This match is still going at 11-10. So we are joined by some of our runners. GG's to all of you.
Yo, everybody, how's it going?
Among Us.
It's all right.
So that was a very, very close match. At 13-8, it might not look it, but the number of times you guys were seconds apart on completing goals.
Yeah, I was sure Dara was right behind me when I just claiming the story goals at the end.
Yeah, it was like quite a few occasions. I think you literally finished the Eternal Engine 100 Rings.
We
like a few
finished.
seconds
We finished Eternal Engine at the same time, and he clicked it before me.
And there was the 3 hero goal Beatles. Like Deku, you missed that jump getting onto the cylinders.
Yeah, that was so sad.
And that's the reason Dara got like you were seconds apart so many times.
To be fair, my game did crash, so
yes,
that was kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, in Pumpkin Hill, wasn't it?
Thank you, Among Us mod really helps out the stream.
But no, it was like brilliant. Were you able to sort of, each of the runners, you were able to tell how close you were to each other a lot of the times? Because it must have felt like you make one mistake, the other person's getting that story goal. Like, were you just aware that the other person was breathing down your neck the entire run?
Yeah, pretty much.
I just thought, like, since the mission goals weren't getting claimed, that I was also doing the story. But, like, I wasn't having the greatest run, so I knew we were pretty close.
Yeah, Metal Harbor seemed to be causing a bit of grief for both of you.
Yeah, I lost like a minute there. Did you get C skip there?
No, I went for the gold beetle and missed it.
Oh, that's
That
why
was
I didn't
sad.
I was really confused. Because I was, after I got C skip, I thought you would go for the golden beetles.
And then I grabbed the Chowkey,
Yeah.
forgetting that you can't go in daycare.
Don't worry, Drum did that too.
I made that same mistake.
When
I ended up choosing the name, I selected the one they gave us, and I thought, oh, please say that you can then rename it afterwards.
Yeah, because you had Chowsky in there, and then we saw you like trying to type Canada before realizing the name wasn't been deleted yet. So
I've practiced a lot of this, but I haven't actually practiced renaming a Chow, and it probably showed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that menuing is never going to show up really unless it's a situation like this.
I am really interested in what did Melters do after he claimed the Lost Colony Animals goal?
He
just stuck
died.
in there, I think. Wasn't
Yeah, I think he was like right behind you for a while.
Yeah, he died in
weapons bed.
That makes sense, because I was like 20 to 25 seconds behind out of Lost Colony, and then I had a shocking weapons bed. I had 143, and I realized, and when I got the goal, I thought, okay, he's either gone out for missions, which I wouldn't have advised, or he's just had a ruinous mistake.
No, he died.
It was like a 30 to 40 second death.
Yeah, it's about 40 seconds on the stage. So yeah, that's what that one was. We were just saying just before you came in how interesting it would be, had a couple of these goals gone to Team Canada instead, that really could have gone both ways at this match.
Yeah,
it's really on the way of coming down to the wire. Like Melters was a few seconds behind you in Mad Space, so he just couldn't find that fifth animal.
Oh, really? Yeah. No, he got Forest and Between the Legs as his free pieces, and then he missed the goal. It was sad.
Yeah, and he had
decided to go and get beginner kart racing though before going back into Mad Space. Which would
I feel like Melters was so close to actually winning it. If he didn't make that mistake in weapons bed, he would have got the goal ahead of me, and then I would have bailed out of security hole, so he would have got that goal too.
Yeah. I'm just looking at those goals actually, because it was like a little chain. It was sort of Headquarters, Lost Colony, Weapons Bed, and Security Hall all had a goal in them. So what was it? It was Melters got the Headquarters and the Lost Colony, and then Drum got Weapons Bed and Security Hall. So it kind of just swung around there. Basically, because of that death, that would have been 2 more goals probably, and the story lead by a big chunk. But yeah, closer than it looked here.
Yeah, for sure. This was, nothing like the match we had. Was it last week?
Yeah,
we were really on the ropes.
Just destroyed us. We got like 2 goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. I don't know if anybody else has anything else left to say.
I just want to say I probably will never use the Among Us mod again. I don't want to touch my game.
I just gotta say that I beat my egg golem gold somehow. I don't know how that happened.
Let's go.
Oh, nice.
Let's go. All right.
I actually had a really good egg golem too. I got a 15-19. I don't know if it counts as like a community goal. I don't know if it would be. I don't think it is. I think it's like a 15-17. So I was one frame off, but I don't think if we got a gold at that point it would count.
Yeah. You had a couple of clean boss fights. Your flying dog was very clean as well.
Oh, okay. I actually didn't look at the time.
You got a 31.8 in flying dog, so
let's
pretty
go.
good effort.
Oh, I got a really good sky roll too. Considering I didn't restart, and then I also took the pumpkin jumps, I got a 42.05.
Let's go.
That was crazy.
Yeah, without restart, that's really good.
So yeah, that's it. And we're now going on to the next race, which would amazingly not too late for.
Thank God for that.
Reasonably fast match, even though I suppose it's because there was no mission score, so this was a really fast match.
Yeah, it's very linear.
Yeah, so many story goals in this one. I don't think I quit a single time. Yeah, no, I just did the story.
No, I don't think you did you?
Wow. Yeah, no, I didn't quit a single time. I did quit when my game crashed.
There you go. But yeah, all right. Looks like we're about on course for the 2 o'clock game, which me and Prophet are going to be involved in. So we probably want to go.
Yeah, we need to get
ready for that. So yeah, thanks everybody.
Good luck.
We'll be back shortly. Look forward to that. Very much look forward to that. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be interesting. See you soon.
Yeah.
Peace.
one by, got no time to answer why. Head straight, what will I become if I don't look back? Give myself a reason for this and that. I can learn, no U-turn, wanna stay right here where I'm at. Where I'm at, but I'm on my way, I'm on my way, I'm on my way, I'm on my way. Here I am, made it to the end of you. Never had a chance, but I'm around. And now I'll never turn back. I'll never turn that way. No matter how life tries to face me, I turn the other way. Now and then, my head starts to spin. But I'll never turn back again. From this moment on, I am moving on, and I'll never turn back. I'll never turn back.
Melters is making a sandwich!
Well, this is an unexpected top of the table clash, isn't it? Somehow, Tethys and Yarasu have found themselves in the lofty position of second place. Don't worry though. Reality has finally arrived. Because we are the measuring stick of this tournament. And just like Tethys themselves, the pair of you, you're going to come up short. Now, this team, they call themselves the E-Event Crew. Now, for those of you who haven't quite pieced that together, it stands for Electrical Venting Crew. And it's supposed to be some kind of Among Us joke. Well, to be honest, the only joke I'm seeing here is the team themselves. But hey, who knows? Maybe Yarasu will find a way out of Sandoshan at the start of the game this time. And maybe this match can go on a little bit longer than 20 minutes. Or they could stick with their recent strategy and try and let Tethys carry everything. Although, come on Tethys, you and I both know what happens when we go power for power. There's only one winner. So, for this match, let's think of it as your emergency meeting. And you've got about 25 goals to try and prove that you belong here. But I have no doubt at all, that by the end of this match, everyone is going to see that you're nothing but fakers. You are sus, and you don't belong here anymore. So when this match is finally over, we will all but eject you from this tournament. Hey, good luck. Have fun.
Look, listen, let's start from the top. It's pretty clear where you're broken prophet. Acting like Randy Orton on cam while your mum's behind it thinking, dear God, stop it. Oh, so much shit that you chat. You're a human hot air balloon and I'll pop it. Fancy going one-on-one in bop it. Go flick, pause, spin, twist and I drop this bitch. I got speed in my blood veins. You got cream for your back pain. This old man slowing down. Oh God, somebody please pull him out of the fast lane. Look man, let's be frank. Where the fuck's the highest fucking English rank? 7th place, oh that's mad. That means you're all behind a fucking Welshman lad. And Don, I really didn't want to speak on you. Cause I respect a lot of things you do. It's true, but you're peaking at 22, so stop the grind. I think it's time that we rewind. You're through, and now you're dealing with a new brand new. I guess it must have felt shallow when your big bro shadow your success as a greenish hue. So I guess Prophet's not the only senior. Not quitting you, I've always been here. Precursor in the French cuisine here. Restreamer switching senior. A broken Prophet and Dawn SR. Maybe you could take the silver star. I'll beat you to the winning goal if you get that far, like Bale whipping into Benzema.
The way I easy to tease on. Eyes opposed, hands on the wheel down. In for a ride, ass for rockin' me gone. Hurry on, in for a shit and real down. Moderator ever accept the necessity. You square about it, you spin your history. You seem the pressure though, let me help you see. Venture kills it, easy, simple, free. Only got the factor RNG. Come next to your face, you'll plea. But I'm stepping out, dropping this T. Got the goals, but you won't get through. I'm putting you back on a break. That's another 4 years you will take. But here's some more content to make. But the game's best French baby shake.
Tried to warn you, bro. Really did. Really. And don't say I didn't. And the best part is, he's not even done.
Now, Prophet will make a prediction. Feel the heat cause I'm raising the friction. Taking goals like I've got an addiction. You're allowed, but it's time for eviction. Let me go one-on-one until you feel time. The Lord of the Rings, not the Amazon man. I'll be your Balrog and your food should fly. Even that Dawnsparce is a funnier guy. I'm throwing right just like Eminem. It makes you feel like the red Eminem. I'm miming on your ways of wrestling style. There's no point in fighting, just deal at your fire. With right fox, but it put this to an end. You're a broken prophet in the cemetery. Name am I going too hard? Got the grief and skank. Got that burst, crush, ruin, load, aim and bang.
The visualizer and everything, it's just so extra.
Oh, that's so brilliant.
Alright, so how's it going, Sesa? I mean, as you could see, this is the biggest moment in the whole tournament so far. Let's not even try to contest with that heat. We got Lil Tepis and Big Yara coming to a theater near you, and I cannot wait to see that perform live. I mean, you are doing live performances, right? I mean, come on.
Yeah, that was just so fire. Oh my gosh, I've never seen anything like that before.
Straight out the gate, bring in the hype. This is gonna be a really good race. I mean, obviously we have the first place team in the whole tournament so far against the second place team. You could argue that this is the biggest match we've seen.
Yeah, I know Dawnsparce is really looking to make a big splash here in a big way. Meanwhile, Yarasu and Tethys, I don't think that's the actual. Yeah, that's not accurate. Yarasu is also the event crew is also undefeated. Yeah, we have our old things from last time, but I believe both teams are actually undefeated, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah, both teams are undefeated, so it's gonna be a real race.
Exactly. So either way, one of these teams are going to be going home, packing their stuff up, and just going home with a loss, which is going to be huge for them. And just looking at this board, we've got some really brutal missions on here, and I wonder if you got to think that Drum Basher, the guy who made this, wow, these are some crazy goals right now. Most notably right now, Cryptic Lost Colony, all missions A rank, take a while. Not easy.
Yeah, Lost Colony by itself is like a 2-minute stage, so if you throw in all the missions on top of that and A rank, that is a really late goal.
It's such a tough thing for sure. We do have a good amount of linear goals here as well on the Dark Story side, such as 2 chow boxes in Sand Ocean. You cannot do sand walking, so someone.
Alright, let's start again on the board analogy. That was, in fact, the wrong board, but hey.
Wait.
Let's take another look.
The wrong board? Hold up, let me go to Discord.
Yeah, don't worry about it. So, wait. The one on the stream now, it still has Lost Colony all missions A rank. Unless you haven't reached the board yet.
Yeah, this goes to the same thing.
Is the one currently on the stream the new board?
Yeah, this is the same.
Oh,
yeah, we're but it's the same thing.
Yeah, no, we have Lost Colony all missions A rank still, which was the really scary goal that we were just talking about. So
okay,
that's gonna be a really late mission if it comes down to that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I just gotta go back and redo the goals I just checked. So, something to note here. We'll just go through the card here. So Dry Lagoon M1 hitless. This is going to be a crucial thing to go for. Like RNG can definitely get the best of you here, especially if you're checking like top desert pieces. So that's pretty tough. Hidden animals and security hall. Wait a second. So now we have dupes that I didn't even realize.
Did we actually?
Well, there's 2 chow boxes. Not really, actually. There's 2 chow boxes in Dry Lagoon and hitless. So I guess that's like a very profitable goal in a way.
It's we could call that Dry Lagoon hard mode.
Dry Lagoon hard mode, yeah, for sure. It's not as bad as it sounds because it's pretty easy to check for pieces of like the 3-head wall, and like especially if you get a ping, then it'll be very easy to determine what your pieces are, as well as free piece check. So not that bad, but it's really going to put the pedal to the metal regarding these runners' execution here, Cryptic.
Yeah, and you can see that the event crew already has 1 Phantom goal, so they have a head start going into this, I guess. I'm sure that'll be fixed very soon, but there's some goals that you could quit out for quite feasibly pretty early on. I mean, there's like Prism Lane M2, which is quite a long goal, so I doubt we'll see people quitting out for that. You also have stuff like Lost Colony M2, and that's about a minute, right? I'm not actually too sure, but
it could take a minute, yeah, depending on.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. So there's a bit of a conundrum here in this board. You got Dr. Eggman's Mystic Melody, and you've also got gosh, this board's confusing me a lot. 2 Chow Boxes in Sand Ocean and Finish. So you can't do one without the other, really? Well, actually, you could.
Wait, is there 2? Yeah, can you Sandwalking at 2 Chow Boxes?
No. You can't actually. You cannot. So what we could potentially see here, Cryptic, is someone do Sandwalking to get the Mystic Melody, exit out on purpose, and then just go for first cycle, which sounds crazy, but I mean, depending on the RNG coming out of Dry Lagoon, you may be confident enough to do that. You never know, and that'll be 4 goals already.
Yeah, that would be
the first 2 levels.
A really interesting strat to see any runners go for if we see any attempts of that. That's like sacrificing a lot potentially as well, because obviously if you get Sandwalking first try, then you might want to just keep that lead.
It's a bit of like it's a bit of like an option select in a way, where if you fail Sandwalking, you'll just go for first cycle. But if you do get Sandwalking, you'll go for this goal. Maybe not just one or maybe not just both of them. You can't have what's the saying called? You can't have your cake in 82, basically. That'll be a very risky thing to do.
Understandable, to be honest, and there's not that many goals actually that you would quit out for to sacrifice story progression for early on. I mean, like, there's a lot of M2s and M3s, but there's not that many fast M2s or early M2s. Not until about Egg Quarters, honestly, for Dark, so...
Exactly, and the other thing is, I mean, what is this thing called? Hero Story is actually pretty barren, all things considered, in the early game as well. You're really going to see 2 Chow Boxes in Pumpkin Hill and Finish as the first linear goal here. Which is very interesting, and then it goes to Death Chamber. So, the Hero Story runners, I just realized something. Yeah. Like, they may legitimately want 2 runners in Dark Story. Like, it's kind of a throw. It's kind of a throw, but I mean, that would put them ahead. Because they're just so little Hero Story goals, but so little linear goals. Hero Story goals, right? And that would be a bit of a crazy thing to even think about. Don't expect him to do that, yeah. Oh yeah, and by the way, I need to correct myself. The event crew did lose to the IGT game, I believe they're called in America. The Aura Ace, and Drywall Eater. Well, just Drywall, I guess. So they already have had a loss, but Dawnsparce is looking to get to the top of the leaderboard here regarding, like no losses.
Yeah, going on a winning streak would be a really good confidence boost for Dawnsparce, but Yaosu versus Tappers, Yaosu versus Tappers, I don't think that's happening today. The event crew, obviously, they seem really confident about this match as well. That intro says it all, really. I mean, we all saw it, so...
Well, yeah, I mean, both intros, to be honest. I think they're both pretty confident. I mean, we're getting down to the countdown here pretty soon. Yeah, because I'm really excited for this one, Cryptic, because it's just going to be like high octane gameplay over and over right now, just because of the nature of these early goals, you think?
Yeah, definitely, and it looks like both of our teams are going to go straight Hero Dark. I don't think we're going to see 2 runners entering the same story here. We'll have to see.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing, no funny business here for sure, which is awesome. I mean, the last thing I want to mention before this bingo starts off is there is City Escape M4, and you could, in theory, go for that if you're the Dark Runner. It's just a quick roll to grab, compared to Lost Call Y'all Missions A rank, for example. But going in, let's see if any of these runners get Ethmar Hop or Sea Skip. This is going to be super exciting, Cryptic.
Yeah, I can't wait. We're coming up on that. It looks like both of our Dark Runners do miss Ethmar Hop, unfortunately.
Yeah, not a lot of people going for that, I realize. Guess it's worth it. However, not all is lost, as CE Skip is still on the table. No Golden Beetles or Chow Boxes need to be on here, Cryptic.
There's no City Escape goal? That's kind of unusual. Well, it's like the only
City Escape M4 for sure, but more so like there's no like gold beetles or chow boxes. You know what the deal is. Can Dawn get it here? Dawn loves the execution just a bit. Meanwhile, Teth is going in and does get it. Okay.
And that's a huge thing. Yeah, straight out of the bat, because there's no goals, as you mentioned, in City Escape. Therefore, Tethys with a huge lead, and Dawn's just going to have to bite that time loss.
Exactly, and the other thing you got to realize is, I mean, they're basically racing to Pumpkin Hill right now. There's nothing really, unless they can turn into lunatics and go for Prison Lane M2 for some reason, which I don't expect for them to do, Cryptic.
Yeah, I doubt that. I mean, there's really nothing till Pumpkin Hill, actually. I didn't notice that.
It's really unusual, right? Because I mean, you can literally do City Escape M4 faster than that, which is really interesting. We're not going to see it, but I thought it would be interesting.
There's 2 chow boxes in Metal Harbor. Yeah, it's still quite. It's like 4 stages in still until either of our runners are expected to get a goal here.
I forgot about that Metal Harbor stage. Forgot about that entirely. Meanwhile, the other thing we got to realize is Prophet is very slightly ahead of Yarasu here in Dark Story. Definitely something we come to expect. Prophet getting a sub 2-minute time here is what he is looking for. But yeah, Teth is actually looking really good right now in Hero Story. Let's see where he can bring this right now. Oh, actually, no, Yarasu. No. Event Crew's just straight up in the lead right now. There's a little bit of a flub on Prophet's end.
Yeah, Prophet coming out with a 202 and a 159 from Yarasu, meaning both runners in the event crew are ahead by their significant margins each. I mean, not as Yarasu, but...
We say that, but Tethys just messes up the Bigfoot fight, the hardest boss fight in the game right now, Cryptic. Everybody has trouble with this boss.
It's true.
Alright, hopefully he can get a sub 30. Alright, this is a good time right now. Definitely a standard time we want to see from any good runner here. Right, Cryptic? You got 100% agree with me.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, 100%.
Just for you. Just
for me. All right. Now, here's where the magic happens right now. We're pretty much tied going in. Just a couple seconds apart from this Dry Lagoon. What are we going to see here, Cryptic? I cannot wait.
So we've got a mid-sandy P1 from Tethys. This is not the best piece to see. It's alright. Swan's pretty average stats on a railway piece 2. That's probably not going to look too nice
Wait,
for him.
No! Yarsu gets a hint. Oh, no, okay. Yarsu gets a hint. They're both not going for hintless. Meanwhile, Prophet does get a free piece, which is awesome for him. And he is going to get these chow boxes. This is not looking good for Yarsu, my friend.
Dawn getting the free piece, though, going for the fast sandy checks, rightfully so, gets the piece, and is going to come out with a low 20 time here, it seems. This is a really respectable time from Dawn, and he's going to tie the gap with Tethys, saving another 13 seconds on him there.
Yeah, and I mean, you gotta wonder, do you think that Yarasu is gonna reset the stage when he sees this goal getting checked and go for hintless? He does not, which is fair enough. I mean, he is still going for the chow boxes. Does he realize that? Yeah, he's actually doing it. What's going on?
Dry Lagoon hintless is actually kind of a hard goal. There's a lot of places that you have to check, and it's not very fast to check all the places in Dry Lagoon.
He's kind of getting blessed right now because he is getting a free piece. Normally, you don't really want to see that free piece, but if you're doing hintless though, Cryptic, you kind of got to think to yourself like that's pretty good.
Hello. So his piece 2 is likely to be, unfortunately, at the very top of Small Oasis, but obviously he's going to go check the sides first.
I will tell you, this is a reset. Oh.
Yarasu.
However, I mean. Here's the good news. There is good news here. Tethys and Dawn are like tied frame by frame here. Prophet is having a lot of trouble in Sand Ocean right now. So
yeah.
So I mean that is something. I mean there is a silver lining here, Cryptic. This could be good potentially.
Yeah, Yarasu's definitely going to want to capitalize on these mistakes from Prophet right now. This is a really rough start to Sand Ocean, and
Yarasu... yeah, he has to exit out and see the whole cutscene over again. He's like Yarasu's almost quote unquote caught up right now.
Almost. A little bit of struggle finding his piece. It might actually be in jail. Is this hieroglyphs? That would be really unfortunate. Yarasu figured it out because he's going to go to check for some free pieces. I think Yarasu is certain that this is hieroglyphs, and it looked like it, so... If he gets hieroglyphs, this is so unfortunate for Yarasu.
He got a piece that's compatible with hieroglyphs. Now, if it's gonna be... No. He didn't check for red flowers from a skull couple. That's the wrong stage.
That's not even close, Melton.
What is it called? Red spring? Whatever. I don't know what these things are called.
Red flower in the water, actually. It's quite easy to confuse that.
I think he's trying to see if it's there. I mean, if you're Yarasu, if I'm Yarasu, I mean, I'm personally just going for it. But I mean, I would have checked red flowers for a skull couple. I still don't know what the heck I'm saying.
Still not have these, yeah. Understandable. You know, there's a lot of rare pieces actually that this might end up being with hieroglyphs. You could see in front of the white bricks, which is something you would never.
Yeah, and it's not this, by the way.
Wait,
so
is it striped tunnel?
Is it blue and white striped cryptic? Are we getting blessed right now? We're clearly not.
Wait.
Let me think. No, it's freaking.
Is it just in the water?
It's in the water.
No.
No. It's the pillar plant piece.
Yeah, it's just in the water. This is a huge mistake from Yarasu. That in excess. I'm stuttering a lot right now because I can't like comprehend how much of a time. You know what, Melters? Give me a break. Give me a minute. Take over for a second.
And I mean, to be honest, I think you need to give me a break because I don't know where this other piece is. I'm pretty sure it is. Where is this piece? What? No. He got fish food.
Wow.
So he has to clip back out anyway. Oh, Yarasu.
And he didn't see it when he was in there. This is possibly the what? Like, there's so many bad scenarios.
I couldn't imagine anything worse than this to happen to him. I mean, he just got fish food. I'm like, where the heck could this be? No, this is clearly fish food. Oh, I mean, yeah. Is it fish food? Oh, you know it's fish food.
I feel like we've been focusing on Yarasu a lot. We might have missed a lot happening in the hero story side of things, but it was kind of hard.
I mean, not that we didn't. Tethys is just missing out on some execution here from Dawn, which I mean, I think I think Dawn's execution is really tough to follow, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's the thing: if you see if you see this goal just checked off now, you got to instill yourself with confidence, right? Because you messed up in Sand Ocean, but you got to figure that your opponent messed up even more somehow.
Yarasu, yeah, just getting out of Dry Lagoon while Prophet's pretty much halfway, well, not halfway, but through the first.
You know what's interesting?
Highway.
Like he is gonna get this Mystic Melody goal for sure, which is like something, right? At least you got something on the board. Meanwhile, Tethys just barely is missing out on this Metal Harbor goal, losing that story progression just a bit here.
Prophet's making his way through Radical Highway.
Yeah. Like there is just such a substantial lead, and this is gonna be it's gonna be really tough for Yarasu to even like come back in the slightest. He is gonna get a goal here after all, but that's just gonna give Prophet more information, saying, "Yep, I'm this far ahead." Like that's all you're doing. If I were them, I wouldn't even check this goal off right now, and just to compute the heck out of them. But it's just such a tough call, Cryptic.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair though, Prophet also had a lot of spaghetti at the start of Sand Ocean, so Yarasu might actually be saving time with the sand walking here. It's gonna mean a lot more than that though, for Yarasu to catch back up to Prophet, as he's coming around to the end of Radical Highway at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen people die to very fast, very easy. We're not going to see that happen to Prophet right now. He knows exactly what to do. But yeah, getting a solid 151, definitely what you want to see here in this bingo match. And I mean, this is things are going from bad to worse for Team Yarasu.
Epsis and Dawn have stayed relatively close together this whole time, though, to be fair. I mean, they're in the same cutscene at the moment. They're both about to enter Green Forest, so, you know, one mistake from either runner could really set the difference in this match, in terms of hero story, at least.
Exactly, and I mean, on the other side of that coin, Cryptic, is if Tethys goes for some risky strats, I mean, Dawn we can sort of expect to go for Green Forest wall run, and that's a pretty tough trick, easy to mess up in a way. But Tethys kind of really needs all the best execution he can get here, and we're gonna see if he goes for some risky strats.
You know what though? I've got confidence he's gonna go for Egg. He's setting up for it. He's on the wall, and
that's what I'm talking about, Cryptic. I mean, I think he thinks he's behind, which he is, and he also dies again. He's kind of going out on a blaze of glory right now, letting this slip farther and farther away, Cryptic.
Proper with the Fear of Heights piece too. Honestly, not looking like a bad set so far. I'm not sure if there's a goal he's looking to go for though. Is there in headquarters?
There's no goals in headquarters in particular, but there is in Pacifist Metal Harbor. Thick wall, not so bad. He's just going through this status quo right now. Actually, this is going to be pretty good. 45 seconds or so.
Yeah, it's a really nice set from Prophet. You have to see it.
Yeah, now notably Dawn does not go well, Dawn doesn't get the wall run right now, so Tethys can in theory catch up, but actually he is going for it and he does bail out. Yeah, what do you do in that case, right? Cryptic is just so tough.
Yeah, and that would have made pretty much the whole difference as well, especially if you got a really nice moonshot from that. You would have called like straight back up, but
Now Cryptic, I will tell you in yesterday's race, I was commentating, and I believe it was Pumpkin Hill M1 hitless, and Dawn got Laughing Pumpkin, and he didn't know like why it wasn't pinging.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. So that's the PC then.
So I mean, this is 2 Chow boxes. More so, what I'm trying to say is like RNG can come in here huge, and if he gets King of the Hill or the wrong sad-eyed pumpkin, this can go sideways really quickly.
Yeah. So cheeky little Air Jordan attempt from Dawn there. Unfortunately didn't go through, but you love to see the strat. Awesome.
Also, notably, I mean, I think Prophet is actually feeling himself a lot right now because he is going for missions. I kind of don't blame him, but on the same token, let's see, what mission is he going for? Headquarters. What mission is Prophet going for?
Is Prophet still looking?
Headquarters M2. Headquarters M2. I'm like, was already checked off by the time he got it. Now this is like, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is good news in disguise for Yarasu, because he knows. I mean, he's like 1 stage behind. So at the very least, you know where Prophet is and what he's going to do. Meanwhile, things go from worse to horrendous here as Dawn does get this goal before Tethys does. And he's quite a far bit ahead as well.
Tethys now realizing where his piece was. It scared me for a moment. It looked like it was going to fly to the wrong pumpkin, but...
Yeah, and he has to climb all the way up as well. That's definitely not what you want to see. Like this...
Okay. So, yeah, also, suffering from a stuffed nose would have been a really unfortunate piece to have to take headless, so...
It really would have. Yeah, for sure. Tethys not realizing it, but, yeah, you saw that, right, Dawn? On screen? No, Prophet does die, and that's...
What?
He didn't have to reset necessarily there, I think. I don't know what's going through Prophet's head right now, because you've died a lot, but at the same time, you know that you're ahead, so it's a bit of a mixed mentality here. Meanwhile, Tethys is waiting in the cutscene, a bit of a reflex here in this RTA race.
I'm really not sure what's happening over on the Dark Story side of things. Look away for a second, Prophet takes a huge death. Yaris is honestly kind of catching up at this point. He's not that far behind if he gets his piece free really quickly here, and it will be followed the line on the wall.
The free piece, but it's still good. In fact, I've been sort of debating just not checking for this in general, but anyways.
Bad habit.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I mean, I think the cycles here in Mission Street can be pretty huge right now if something goes wrong. Dawn is on like pretty good 0 cycle pace, meanwhile Tethys does have to keep up the pace here in order to have to Ghost of a chance right now.
You know what, Melters?
What do I know?
I don't know, what do you know, Melters?
I don't know anything. Lost the drum. I lost the drum basher again, what can I say? Anyways. Well, anyways, besides me, the good news is, I mean, we have a 1 minute and 20-second deficit here on the Dark Story side of things. This is still within grasp with Yarasu, and ironically, I think like they're just about as behind in both stories, which is absolutely yin and yang of what we saw beforehand, where Yarasu and Tethys were ahead at some point.
I'm looking at the screens. You know, I'm losing focus. Let me catch up for a second. Alright, so Prophet is on the elevator. Yarasu is getting to the upgrade. Looks like both of the hero runners are about to finish Mission Street. Not really much else to be said though. What goal's the next ones for runners to get here? What'd you say?
It will be Pyramid Cave M1. We are looking for that goal. And as in it goes into Death Chamber M1 with 100 rings, which can be pretty tough if you keep digging for them. You don't know the ring route. However, I mean, it all kind of it will depend on the RNG as well. I mean, getting a really good piece right now does Dawn. Going in next to an overturned Ghost.
Wow, this is a really good looking set.
Yeah, this is going to be really hard to contest here. I mean, they are in the same stage after all. I believe he gets the skulls at the bottom here. Does Tethys? Oh, how'd I know? Just from that thingy. I think everyone would know that. So not the best first piece in the world, don't you think, Cryptic?
No, actually, I feel like I remember at some point Tommy was resetting this piece because he knows on average that the set's aren't actually that good. Meanwhile,
yeah,
really good execution, may I add. So
Dawn had really good execution, especially with that sign clip as well. And I mean, the great news about that piece in particular is that, I mean, you can know that you get that piece just from the ping. You get Path to the Abyss. What a horrible set, Cryptic.
Dang.
This is just spitting in the face of Tethys, which he does not want to deal with right now. Wait a second. Oh, he was about to go. That would have been disastrous because he had no monitor.
Yeah, nah, he made it.
Alright, he made it. I mean, we've seen bad stuff happen on this stage as early as an hour ago. Weapons bed. Yarasu does a Yarasu. Oh no. Yarasu Colony, I believe.
Wait, what's the Yarasu? I didn't see it. I didn't catch it.
Yarasu Colony. Okay, wait a second. I mean, Prophet dies, but that's the best death you can possibly take. That's not gonna offset what Yarasu just did, however. It's not looking really good. It's just one of these things that, I mean, Tethys, I think he's waving the white flag right now. Just so far behind, he's getting something on the board. Just anything at this point, Cryptic.
Yeah, at this point you gotta see it as an act of surrender, because I don't think there's enough goals for Tethys to get here to actually win the whole thing at the moment if we're gonna sacrifice the whole story progression to Dawn.
Exactly, and I mean, it's sort of like what I did last race as well, just sort of getting as many goals as I can just to make it seem like I didn't get washed, but we're not having a wash. This ain't a laundry, Cryptic. This is a bingo. This is a bingo match right now. We got.
No, I don't have a quarter on me. I'm gonna have to borrow from you.
They got quarters in Great Britain.
Yeah, no, but good question.
Is that true?
No, we don't have quarters.
Really? Then what do you have? Oh, you have pounds. I forgot. You go to Poundland. Oh,
Poundland?
Yeah. You haven't heard of Poundland?
No, I know what Poundland is. How do you know what Poundland is?
Don't worry about it. What if I went to Great Britain before?
Good point, yeah.
And what? Anyways,
then I think Tethys is gonna get Prison Lane M2. That's what I think.
I think so too, and I mean, if you're Dawn, you're basically like, oh, more please. Put some more on my dinner plate. These are all the goals I'm about to get in a row. Because it's sort of like a mutual agreement, right? Tethys knows he's not going to get these Pyramid Cave and Death Chamber goals. There's like pretty much no way at this point. And he's just sort of like waving the white flag, like I said before. Like, yep, here you go. Going to Wild Canyon? Why is he going to Wild Canyon? Just let Yarasu do those ones. Smile. Yeah, he's letting Yarasu do those ones. Smart idea.
Yeah, good play, honestly.
Yeah, I love that play. But for Aquatic Mine M4 B rank, not the worst thing to do in the world. He's setting the thingies, I guess.
I don't know. He's doing something.
I don't think you needed to set those, and I know Tethys is an ILer, but hey, I guess he's just doing a safer strat, I guess, or not. Oh, he's going to back ring.
Oh,
I've never seen this before. This is so interesting.
I actually used to backrank strat a lot because I don't know the real route for Aquatic Mine M2. It's uncertain.
This IL is one of the ILs they actually do. I love this IL. Meanwhile, I mean, oh, I just realized something. No, it's not that Yarasu died. He's going for all missions A rank, so he's making sure to get the A rank. I should have been more attentive. To
Right. Oh, that's crazy.
Because he died, right, and he had 0 lives, and he could have like reset, but yeah, he decided not to do that just because. Anyways, that's besides the point. Tethys, I mean, he is gonna get the goals he's gonna get, and there's no way, there's not a ghost of a chance that Dawn is going to contest them. He's just gonna get the linear goals and basically wrap this one up. Missing the pause hover, however.
You know, if Tethys clutches out all the hero goal missions here, then what does Dawn have left to grab?
I mean, Dawn has quite a few things to grab, like Meteor Herd M5A rank, not as slow as you might think it is. He's got Aquatic Mine, the missions.
Oh, look at the Meteor Herd goals. That's dirty. That is disgusting. There was a Meteor Herd M1 hintless, followed by an M3, and then M5A rank. There are 3 goals to get the Meteor Herd.
Yeah, and I mean, he knows that he has the story progression, and those are basically just all his. As we are going up 7. Nope, we're going up 8-3 Cryptic. This is... They're making quick work of these guys right now, and I mean, if you're... In my opinion, if you're we're seeing Yarasu here going for the A ranks already. He does have all the things he needs to do it. Honestly, if I'm what's his name? If I'm Prophet, I'm going back for Sand Ocean M5. I'm going back for... I'd even go for City Escape, heck. Or Volcano there too.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that many favorable dog goals, actually, to be honest.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, he's going to Sand Ocean. Like, he knows exactly. There's Mad Space M2, la-di-da. Like, he's definitely going for that. And actually, he's resetting because he realizes this is the actual route. Okay, so he has to go for B rank here. Tethys, I like what you're doing. I like... What? No, Tethys. Pause punch. You got this. I believe in you.
Why?
Pause punch.
Wait, I'm really confused. Why did Tethys not hit the switch? Was he just flexing?
I think he thought he could grab it without it. Like, it was just there out in the open, but that's a different piece. And he was gonna die.
Though, that's kind of like, what goals are on the board right now? B rank? Oh, he's going for the B rank. Okay.
Yeah, he's going for the B rank, so he was going to die regardless. It's just
You realize he took a death strat in M4, right? Wait, I don't know if Tethys knew about that, but that's not the thing that even exists. So he unfortunately just restarted the stage.
Well, hey, I clearly didn't realize it. I'm too busy thinking about if there are events in this level.
Yeah, let's almost not shift our focus away from Dawn as well, who unfortunately took a death in M2. It's not really gonna put Tethys anymore in the favor, but...
Yeah, and I mean, this is Metal Harbor M4 that he's going for. I think he's just sort of... Here's the thing, if I'm Dawn, I'm thinking that Tethys is going for Aquatic Mine, and I think that's what he's spending his time on.
Yeah, and
at least that's what I would think if I was in Dawn's shoes, anyway.
If Dawn locks Tethys out of the harbor, then there's nothing that Tethys can do at this point. Dawn just gets the rest of the free Meteor Herd missions, and then it's just over.
It is just over. It basically is just over, and he does get the A rank, and it's basically salt in the wound, right, Cryptic?
Yeah. Wait, this whole time Yarasu said Eminem throwing the rat in the corner of his screen, and I haven't even noticed. It's pretty awesome.
No, I noticed that, but I didn't know what that was. I'm like, that kind of looks like Rouge, but like in a weird way. I don't know.
They say that bats are just flying rats.
You know what they say are flying rats? Anyways, I'm not gonna finish that sentence.
Okay.
I'm kind of surprised right now. I mean, that Dawn is doing what he's doing. Just because, I mean, he could really just close this out and Meteor Herd nice and easy. He could go for Mission Street M3 as well, but that's still not going to be enough in the grand scheme of things, Cryptic.
Yeah, he's just gonna go for the flex and lock Tethys out of every available goal that Tethys even has at this point. I mean, Cityscape M4 is like one of the last things he could grab, so...
Yeah, I think it is, it definitely is a decision. I mean, Dawnsparce does die as well at the very end of Sandoshan M4. Not the best in the world, but I mean, when your opponent's going for Lost Colony M4, M5 all A ranks, you can kind of do whatever you want, right, Cryptic?
So,
yeah, and I mean, Sandoshan M5 is actually it's such a quick mission just because of the Mystic Melody teleporting you across the map, so this is easy pickings right now for Profit.
And
I don't know.
Board 4, quite possibly the worst time to be interrupted by family is stolen Cryptic.
No way. That's okay. Cryptic is a family man, just like Guile from Street Fighter.
That's true.
That's totally fine. He's gonna have his nephews play SA2 and get the skips. It's gonna be awesome. Meanwhile, as we see, Tethys is going into Metal Harbor, which is definitely a decision. I mean, Prophet sort of... This is a good decision, but is it a little bit too late here, Cryptic?
Prophet's going into what?
Tethys is going into Metal Harbor right now.
Oh, okay.
Something that Dawn bailed out of already.
Oh, Dawn bailed out of that. I didn't notice. That's crazy.
Yeah, Dawn did not get it. Wait a second. Dawn just did the clip for M3. That's sick. Oh, that is such a tough clip to get, and really just sort of cementing what Dawn is doing right now is just sort of, oh my god, that is so cool. I've never seen anyone do that in real time.
Wait, so why did Dawn hop out of Middle Harbor? Did Dawn basically Steven Davis without even a goal to take off on the board? Is he gonna go back?
Dawn died, I believe, and just decided to like bail out.
Dang, so maybe Tethys does have some fight left in him.
Tethys does have. I mean, again, what Tethys is doing is just getting as many goals as he can, just to boost his rankings on the board. Because since it may very well be a loss for him. If there are indeed playoffs, it would go down to like who are the top teams and who has the most goals and what the differential would be. Meanwhile, we do see them getting another goal in Sandoshan M5. We're basically just doing a victory lap here.
Yeah, don't even.
We get CE skip for a second time, which is pretty awesome. Dawn said, "You know what? I didn't get CE skip the first time. Let me get another try."
The M4 CE skip. 29 mission free from Tethys. That's pretty good. Does Tethys even have the bounce upgrade?
Tethys has the bounce. He does not have a bounce upgrade now.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a really good time about the bounce bracelet.
Yeah, that is a really good time. Just really tough for execution, especially if you're used to the ILs. However, I mean, both Dark Runners are now going into story because they're just realizing that there's not much to do really. Especially since the City Escape was just scooped up here. Oh no, Yarasu is just realizing that he needs the upgrade for Lost Colony M5, and you hate to see it because he was already there, Cryptic.
Shoutouts to the 122 City Escape M4 from Dawn as well. It was a really fast time.
Oh, that was a really fast time. You gotta give him props. Meanwhile, and I mean, Dawn isn't. We know that Dawn's not doing the necessarily right thing here, but he doesn't really have to. He can kind of just do what he wants right now. Even if he does lose a little bit of time, Tethys just has so much of a deficit to make up here. As that thing is just crazy. Yeah, Tethys already in Metal Harbor M4, so it's not like Tethys is losing a bunch of. It's not like Dawn's losing a bunch of time. He will still be getting the Death Chamber M1 mission no matter what. Just about wrapping this thing up, as there is another goal left on the board here for the event crew. Sure, they're super happy about their play right now.
What do you think the last goal ticked off is going to be?
The last goal ticked off is going to be Mission Street M3.
You know what? It probably will be. Unless Tempest goes there right now.
I don't. Does Tempest have it unlocked?
Yeah, Tempest went to Mission Street, so...
This is what, to Mission Street? He did?
Oh, he's in the story, though. He's into Route 101.
I think if you're Tempest, you kind of have to do this, right? You kind of have to, like, at least challenge the Death Chamber. Since you pretty much know that Dawn was going for missions, you know? So I don't blame what he's doing at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, poor Yarasu just having such an unfortunate time at the very beginning here in Dry Lagoon and having to do this mission that we thought was going to be saved for last. Just pretty unfortunate.
Among Us. Can you believe it? It's crazy.
I
right?
mean, we saw Among Us last race. Unfortunately, I was sort of like ejected out. Feel me? I was pretty sus, and I just got voted out. Anyways,
Yeah.
but what we're not voting out here right now is Dawn and Prophet's potential like huge win streak right now. Sort of very impressively, they did get 14 goals yesterday versus Liam's Chow Kindergarten team, which was never even heard of, but they got 14 goals somehow. Oh my gosh! Dawn.
Cannot
But
get the
here's
clip more and dying vertically in a pyramid
But
cave.
here's the thing. He did that on purpose. I could tell he did that on purpose.
What?
Because no. I feel like he did that on purpose.
No, I really don't, Meltus, to be honest. But anyway,
I gotta ask him. Like I thought, can you make it from there?
yeah.
I don't know much about Hero. Like I think you can like wall run there, and I think he was trying to show it off. At least I would be if I were in his position. But
No, he went for the double bounce, which is kind of a slightly riskier variation of the less bounce, where you get a little bit more extra speed. He's not gonna do that now.
forget about it. Forget about it. By the way, I mean we're gonna see another goal on the board potentially here from the event crew. Just sort of going out with a bang, blowing up all these explosions here at the very end of the level. Yeah, I mean, what else can you say, right? They're definitely trying their best, trying to give us a good show here. Meanwhile, are we gonna get the A rank here?
At the explosion.
Not getting a favorable piece does Dawn. Above the small flame, we do get a ping.
It's gonna reset.
You gotta wonder what's going through. I think Dawn is just being a picky eater right now. It's like, you know, I don't like these pieces. I want a cheeseburger instead of a steak.
Maybe
Feel
Dawn
that?
was like rooting out 100 rings in his head as well, because I'm thinking about above the small flaming red, and maybe that's actually not a good piece if you're trying to get 100 rings. Quite far away.
I think that's a good point actually, because I think he wants to go through core, just get all of the rings down here, and sort of route it out. So I think that's exactly what he was trying to do. Yeah, you're right.
That's a really smart play, actually, if that was the full process behind that. He's gonna go to Peekaboo Eggman, which he's already on the floor for Green Door for as well, so that's a really nice
To get all the rings right now, this is actually really good routing. You gotta hope that he gets some sort of blue room piece right now, or even a red room, rare red room piece 3. That's never been heard of. No one's done that. This is really good routing, actually. He just goes through the blue room, digs a bunch, and he'll be good to go, right, Cryptic?
Yeah, as long as he doesn't get hit here, because there's a lot of rings on the way, and like you can get some rings in red-blue if you're a little bit short as well. There's a lot of rings in blue hallways. I don't know what Dawn's looking for right now, though.
Dawn's just grabbing these rings, you feel me?
Yeah, I feel you. I've always felt you, Melted.
Thank you. So, so he's gonna grab those rings. Hopefully he's gonna grab the life capsule, the regular M2 life capsule here. Life capsule, ring capsule. He does know where it is. Hopefully he doesn't get hit by Angry Guy. He's not angry today. And hopefully he doesn't get hit by these guys. Okay, he's good. He's good. He is just fine. Yeah, this is gonna be really good routing. I kind of anticipate that he'll just be digging up the rest of the rings, I want to say, but yeah, no, he's not gonna do that. He's gonna go for I don't know what is he gonna go for? He's not going for the M3 stuff, is he?
Trying to imagine where the rings he's missing. Oh, there's like rings in Red Blue Secret if you have them listed. The treasure scope you don't. So...
Yeah, Yeah, I think he's realizing he does like you need the Mystic Melody for that, so I think he's just realizing he's just gonna dig for the rings. He has all the time in the world. He can just sort of coast here in a way, right?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Yarasu does. It should be noticed that Yarasu does miss the A rank for M5, so really unfortunate. But he has to play the level again as he is at the very end right now.
Could be the comeback of the century from Tepis if Dawn spends more than 10 minutes digging for rings here. Could happen.
Could happen. I mean, if I'm Tethys, I'm exiting out. Yeah, you're not exiting out. You're going straight for a thing. I think Tethys is eventually going to exit out for what's it called? What am I thinking? Once he realizes that Dawn does indeed get the goal, right?
Yeah.
And then once he realizes Dawn gets the goal, then he'll exit out to Mission Street to try to snipe that if he possibly can. Don't you think?
Yeah, there's not really another option. Well, I mean, to be fair, he could keep going to Meteor Herd as well, but you definitely want to look Dawn out of Mission Street. It depends if Dawn's going to go to Meteor Herd or if Dawn's going to go to Mission Street, which one Tethys should also do.
I mean, because Mission Street is definitely like the fat. It'll sort of put them down faster is the thing, and just sort of get this thing going, in a way, in like a manner of speaking. But I mean, they could you're right. They can pretty much do anything they want at this point. Tethys is sort of unfazed by it. He knows he needs to get these Mission Street goals in order to even win. So what can you really do, right, Cryptic?
Also, you gotta think as well, Mission Street M2 is one of the scariest ILs in the whole game, so others probably don't want to do that.
True, I mean, you can get hit at any point, and we've seen runners like literally lose matches just because they couldn't do that mission, so yeah. As we see, yeah, this is about to end very soon because Mad Space M2 is about to get clicked off right now once Dawnsparce gets his upgrade here.
In the end of Pyramid Cave, but it's too little too late, and it's not really going to drag him into any situation of winning here.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough. There's really pretty much nothing that the event crew can do right now besides maybe just get a few more, like that Mission Street M3 goal, just to sort of put them in a better standing. At least they didn't lose like 6 instead of 5 goals. But again, that's sort of thinking outside the box there. I'm sure they're just looking to close this one out Cryptic.
Yeah, for sure. It's a really good set from Prophet as well. It's looking up to be. Depending on the
piece,
yeah. We could see Blue Light Balcony still, but these are some nice pieces so far.
Nice try, Rocky.
That's really good. That's right there. Prophet's definitely this.
We're seeing about a sub 50 right now. Definitely without the reset, but we're going right back out, getting that not Mystic Melody, but this Treasure Scope, and we're gonna close this thing out right now. Will Prophet be doing in just a moment.
You know, it's going to take a Dawn goal ring here, and obviously Tethys to keep going to Meteor Herd to gain the advantage back in Hero Story, which isn't going to happen before, you know, Prophet gets Mad Space M2 anyway, but it's fun to mention.
Yeah, and I mean, it was looking so good for Yarasu and Tethys for a moment there, but all of a sudden that Dry Lagoon just, you know what I think? I think that Dry Lagoon threw this off as well in a way, even though he wasn't even playing, right? Can you imagine that?
It happens.
Like, you see that happening to your partner, it's like, oh man, now what am I gonna do?
Security hole for Prophet.
Right, I think he's getting the upgrade just to make it easier.
Oh, right, yeah, of course, you need a treasure scope. I was gonna say, that's not the right M2.
Yeah, he's just flexing going to security hall. He's gonna show up Felt Cube Clip just because Cryptic's here. That's his plan.
That would be so awesome. You can do that to get the upgrade, to be fair. Definitely recommend.
I don't even know. Like, I don't even know. I believe you.
Probably going for the full IL here as well.
And time.
GG's.
Yeah, GG's. That is 7-13 from Prophet, just winning in a commanding fashion, even with all of the mistakes coming out. Wait. Something doesn't seem right. No. I thought DRC was Tethys for a second. I will definitely see if these runners do want an interview, but that was definitely a well-fought battle from Yarasu and Tethys, just clinging on to hope and definitely showing their perseverance, right, Cryptic?
Yeah. I hate to ask this of you, but can you actually do solo interviews?
Solo interviews?
Yeah.
Solo?
Well, Yarasu's here. Do you just want Yarasu? What do you...
No, I mean,
Cryptic,
as in, like, will it be a big situation if I leave right now?
Oh, no, yeah. Cryptic. Thank you so much for joining me on comms, alright? You get out of here.
Yeah.
Alright, Tethys, Yarasu, you guys fought so hard and the odds were stacked against you so much at the beginning. I can't give you enough props, my friends.
I feel like it was all downhill from the moment I hit City Escape Skip, to be honest.
So you should know that, like, you were keeping up with Dawn, like, really, really well. Like, even through, like Prison Lane and Wild Canyon. Like, you were really keeping up with him, and you were just, like, a hair behind him, basically.
Did Dawn hit City Escape Skip?
Yeah, well, no, Dawn didn't get City Escape Skip is the thing.
Oh,
So
that explains it, right? Because I played like ass in Bigfoot, Wild Canyon, and Prison Lane, so it was more Dawn just rapidly catching up to me more so, I think.
Right, and it was sort of like a ticking timer, right? I wonder if we can pull these guys into the live stream. I don't have the power to do that, but anyways.
As long as they're good for it, sure. Let me ping him.
I think Don has the power to do that. Drag himself in, if he wants.
Okay, yeah, Prophet's down.
Might have to go.
I'll bring Don too.
GG's Dawnsparce.
Hello. Yo, GG.
Yo, GG.
Oh my gosh. Like, this board, and you guys played so well. I mean, I want to hand it to, like, both of you guys. Let me give you a bit of a rundown here. So, and I want to do a little bit of a blind interview. Prophet, what did you think about... I remember, like, Sand Ocean wasn't really going that well.
That first jump was being toxic.
Did you at that point, did you believe that you were behind Yarasu?
No.
Okay.
Because I had a decent Iron Gate, I had a decent Dry Lagoon, like not going for the hintless. I assumed once he saw me click the chow boxes, he was going to stay in and try and get the hintless. But...
Yeah, and it went pretty bad, but
So
that's another story.
Tell him all about what happened.
Oh, it went.
I had the perfect set for hintless. I had a 3-piece. I had everything, really. I was about to finish it at like 50 seconds, maybe. But then I accidentally clicked on a hint monitor, so I had to restart.
Reset, yeah.
And then I have no idea why, but I couldn't ping read Toto's pass. So I was like, wait, my P2 has to be the one in jail, but I don't want to... It was just shit, basically, and I played very bad this hintless. But
You're right, and I mean, so Cryptic, I'm gonna give it to you, Yarasu. Cryptic and I thought it was that piece as well, so it's not just you, first of all. And the second thing is, and I mean, you pretty much played that as best as you could, and just to give you a better idea, Yarasu clipped in thinking that he had in the corner of a room with hieroglyphics. He didn't. He went out, got the piece, and he ended up getting fish food, so he had to clip in again.
Oh, that's so toxic.
And it was the worst thing in the world, especially because he accidentally grabbed a hint monitor and could have been ahead.
Yeah.
So
the set before that was so good.
And I was kind of thinking to myself, I mean, and Don, I wanted to bring up as well, I mean, I know you didn't get C skips, Tethys did, and he was pretty much keeping up with you the entire time, and you did a really good job bringing it back in Metal Harbor.
Yeah, I had a rough time afterwards. I got like a 30 Bigfoot. I got like a 36 Wild Canyon. I was just playing like not great. I was like, oh, I hit C skip. Today's gonna be a good day. No.
No.
Everything else was kind of just like, I don't know. I feel like you guys were, just a little too good for us. But I think it was mostly. I don't think our decision making was bad. I think it was just. Not playing super great.
That too, it's sort of a yin and a yang, right? Because you got as many goals as you can possibly go for. I was kind of talking on comms, just getting those goals, even if, like, stuff like that. But also, I mean, you kind of just got, to be honest, at this, you kind of just got messed with. The game just kind of messed with you in like Aquatic Mine, for example.
Aquatic Mine was
like
rough.
I think you were trying to die to like
Oh yeah, no, I did Death Chat in M4, so there is that.
I just want to say,
we've all been there. We've all been there.
I know it's over, but I've been doing hintless, and this has been evil.
I like hintless. I've been watching Yanni do his chat.
I know. No, hintless is fun, but I'm getting owned by hintless Meteor Herd right now. Like, I just got Floating Stone. This is my second try, and I just cannot find pieces.
My set in Aquatic Mine was rough. It was what was it? It was
oh my god, it was so bad.
In a cave. Then it was skulls in a cave. It was wooden box on steel beam, and then
path to the abyss.
Path to the abyss. It was.
I remember that.
Nasty.
How can I forget? How can I forget? Anyways, let me think about what else happened here. I mean, not Tethys, Prophet. Like, unless I'm mistaken, I mean, you pretty much knew you were ahead like the entire time, because like Yarasu was unfortunately in Lost Colony the entire time, basically, and had to exit out to get the large cannon as well, I believe, unless I'm mistaken.
Okay, I mean, basically every time I was thinking it's been a while since Jarrus's got a goal, he might be doing story. He then clicked a goal, and I was like, okay, I know I've got the story advantage, sort of thing.
I'll tell you what was funny towards the end. So Don, you exited out in Pyramid Cave, I guess.
Yeah, right after I got the game over.
Yeah, so what I was banking on, this is how like desperate of a strategy we got to. I was like, you know what? I'll leave Mission Street M2. I'll leave Mission Street M3. Mission Street M2 sucks. He's gonna go for it, realize it sucks despite having done multiple 180s, die many times, and that's how we win.
It's so funny because we were having a conversation, and that's pretty much exactly what me and Prophet assumed. Because like I was like, it would be smart for him to like exit out and like try to like beat me past to like the Meteor Herd missions and stuff.
Yeah, that was what I was looking at. I was like,
yeah, he also hates M2.
Yeah, it was more so like it wasn't that I didn't want to do it. I was like, I'd do it, but there's 3 Meteor Herd goals. This is our only chance.
Yeah,
and none of us got to it, which is the funny part.
Yeah, there was way too many Meteor Herd goals.
So shall we discuss the bars?
The bars were truly epic.
We got to know if this is on Spotify. Is it going to be on?
It's on YouTube.
Are y'all on SoundCloud at all? Are you I don't know. Are you on iTunes? Any iTunes fans?
I'm about to add it to my stream playlist if it's on YouTube.
Yeah,
it's just funny because like.
And you haven't even watched the thumbnail.
Oh wait, can you put the thumbnail on stream right now?
Oh,
yes.
Let's drop it. Drop the thumbnail. But it's just funny because like we started planning this like after Prophet's second match. We were like, what if we did this?
Wait, where's the piece? Am I trolling?
Oh yeah, what was?
Where is
Yarasu, I wanted to ask what is your extra life counter? I should probably be asking Seafood this, but
is it the upper? No, okay, I don't know what it is.
What is my extra life counter?
Like the thing on the bottom left of your screen.
Oh, it was Eminem throwing the rat, because why not?
Wait, Eminem's throwing a rat?
Is it?
Do you not know about Eminem?
Is it
Bro, it must be. I'm so salty.
Alright, here we go. Time to take the
Oh my god, I'm getting rolled.
Spring.
I don't know how to do Paramount, I'm sorry.
No, not that spring. The evil liquid spring. That's okay. You're already.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Awesome.
Zoom right the way in on that text.
There it is. There's our guy. Oh. There's the tip at the top of the arc.
That's so crazy. I've gotten so unlucky during these.
Wait, who's the guy on the left?
That's just the regular guy from the original picture.
He's not Photoshop.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm about to say.
For the law, just say that it's Stephen Davis.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I don't
runners, verifiers, and
pretty sure Stephen Davis has hair though.
It looks like Drake.
Yeah, we're from 1985. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened in 1985. Probably the bite of '85, but whatever.
What a wonderful year.
Listen,
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
We'll call it a draw. We'll call it a draw.
Yeah, we'll call it a draw. I think we got to change the name on that gravestone right now. Anyways, just and what I mean by that is change it to Team Canada. But anyways, well, I personally don't have anything to add here. Anything else you guys wanted to say?
It was a great match, a lot of fun. GG's.
Yeah, it was alright. It was alright.
Yeah, I mean, it was scary because, like, when I missed CE skip, I was just like, the problem with this board is, like, for Hero Story anyway, it's like, once one person has story lead, it's just over.
Yeah. Same for Doc. I think, to be fair, like, there were just very few goals after security hall.
Yeah, once I hit security hall, I was like, I don't want to do any more. I don't want to go to mad space.
Once you were ahead of me, and it was basically over. I wasn't being able.
Yeah,
to...
the worst thing in a bingo is when like you just hit a roadblock right at the start, like the Dry Lagoon, basically. And it's just like we've got it all to do now. So it's just like, yeah, it happens. I mean, it does happen. We've seen it happen to like almost every team. I think has had at least one sort of like shit, the game's over moment, you know?
Yeah, but, yeah. I mean, hey, I've been there today, so I definitely relate. So, anyways, I mean, we've got a crazy match coming up right now. We've got Dawnsparce still looking to keep their win streak alive for sure, and we also got the Drywall and the Aura Ace coming through as well.
Yeah, how many unbeaten teams are left now? Besides, like, teams who haven't played. So we got Drywall and Aura, Deku and Drum,
Lexi.
and Dawn and Prophet. Well, Lexi and Piner and Ace and Deus haven't played a game yet, so I won't count them.
Yep.
So there's only 3 teams active who haven't lost yet.
It's got to go.
Yeah. As I say, who's it going to be? We'll see.
But yeah, that's going to be... So that's scheduled in pretty much like about 45 minutes. You'll be seeing me again with the Drum Basher commentating the match. So yeah, do stick around.
Also, shout out to us winning, because I hadn't made a promo in case we lost. So I'd have had to record that like right now if we did. So
you just have to record a live apology is what you'd have to do.
just do like a YouTuber apology, like I really didn't want to make this video right now, but we just lost this match. But hey, I mean, who knows? Prophet, it's not too late. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with Aurace, so...
No, I've not made a promo in case we lost to Tefes and Yarasu. So I have a winning promo ready, but I didn't have a losing promo ready.
I see. All right. Well, now I see what you're saying. Okay.
All right. Should we be dipping out then? Getting ready?
We should be.
All right, gamers. Good luck. GG, everybody. Have a good night.
Fuck GG's.
GG.
GG.
Another win on the board, but there is no rest for the righteous, because we are ready to go again, and this time we are up against IGT in America. Now, on a personal note, this is certainly, at least in theory, my biggest challenge so far. This will be the first time this tournament where I don't go into the match with the Dark Story advantage. Don't worry though. We're going to have such a big advantage in the hero story side, it's really not going to make a difference. I will address you now directly, Mr. President. You certainly have our respect. But here is why that might not be a good thing. You see, you're offering us a new challenge. A challenge that's just going to drive us on harder. You are going to force us to up our game. And hell, we might even need to get out of first gear in this match. Don't worry though. Don't worry. I am sure that once we are done dismantling the pair of you, you can find some solace in the warm embrace of some pre-teen anime girl. Because make no mistake, you're just another insignificant obstacle on the Dawnsparce journey to the title. And by the time we're done with you, you're going to be just as insignificant and irrelevant as that timing method you're both still crying over. Profit out.
Oh man, what a price to pay here in our very high stakes match right now. What is up, everybody? Thanks for staying with us so long for the last bingo batch of the day from IGT in America to Dawnsparce here. This is going to be a really crazy match right now. And yeah, like that promo, I was definitely not ready for that ending. Like, oh my gosh, that was such a crazy thing I just had to hear. However, I mean, let's go ahead and look at this bingo card right now. Looking at these teams, like very high stakes, just like Dawnsparce did say. Both of these teams have not lost a single match, with Dawnsparce winning 4 of their matches, both like very high winning streaks here. And it's just going to be really fun to see both of these runners just duke it out. Who's going to get their first loss? Will it be Dawnsparce or will it be Pit? Drum, I will say, give us a little bit of your own outlook here. And we got Drum Basher on the mic, by the way, guys.
Yeah, hello. Sorry, I didn't realize we were going to start so soon. Yeah, this is going to be a really cool match. There's a lot of story goals in this, and typically we try to avoid that, but the story goals are really interactive. They're all like Pumpkin Hill with 100 rings. That's not something you normally do. What else? There's like 5 animals in Wild Canyon. Prison Lane with the green shield, I believe. Yeah, there is. There's a lot that going through. You know, there's no way one person is going to be able to get all of them. So it's going to be a lot of like, okay, I will not take this goal so I can catch up in the story so that I can take the next one. So we really shouldn't see anyone running away with it.
Yeah, and I mean, I totally agree with that assessment as well. Let's just see it come with a couple of these rules. I haven't looked at it myself. Definitely the big kicker, like one of the goals that we do not want to see, these runners don't want to see rather, is that Route 101 M3. That could be, I mean, Route 101 isn't as bad as Route 280, but if you're nervous or something, like it can still be pretty tough. Meanwhile, there are indeed, like you said, a lot of linear goals right now. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that because let me see. So
yeah, I think as far as like linear goals go, this is as good as it gets.
I think so too.
Also,
yeah.
There's the 3 mech missions A rank team combined. I love that goal. That's really interesting.
Yeah, and I mean it's so it goes like execution goes a long way there too as well, because if you can get like Ethmar Hawk, and it's not like you can get like a certain, you want to get like sub 2 minutes in Iron Gate for sure, and then you got Sand Ocean right after where you can potentially whistle glitch, but you never know. Definitely really interesting. Who do you think's gonna go Dark Story here? I can't imagine Drywall going Dark Story.
Yeah, it's Aura and Prophet, so it's 2 real heavyweights, and on this board there is actually more Dark than Hero. There's 13 Dark goals and 11 Hero.
Yeah, that's definitely pretty balanced for what we're gonna see because yep. Let me see. Drywall versus.
This is definitely a board where it should be like impossible for one team to run away with it.
Yeah, and I think so too, especially with some of these goals as well. I mean, Pumpkin Hill all missions A rank, for example. Crazy Gadget M3. Yeah.
Yeah, there's not really too many missions goals, but they're like some of them are quite deep into it. Like there's Crazy Gadget Mission 3 there, Security All M5 B rank. There's not too many early ones, and there's also the really fun Pumpkin Hill all missions A rank.
Yeah, Pumpkin Hill all missions A rank is definitely really fun depending. I don't have much else. Let me see what else I can find here on this bingo board. Yeah, like this, what we should be looking here as spectators sort of is the Dark Story side of things for sure. Aura and Prophet are, it's going to be basically a bloodbath, just who's going to get the headquarters M1 hit list, who's going to skip it, who's going to go to Chowbox Dry Lagoon, who's going to skip that, if even anything.
Yeah, this match will probably be quite short, but it will be very intensive.
Yeah, so if I'm Aura Ace, and I mean, I just know so much about Aura Ace. Like he is such a master of consistency, especially in places like this. Like going for the Chowbox in Dry Lagoon and Sand Ocean. Those are just like boom bam, like goes right into one of each other. I think that's definitely going to set the tone for this entire thing for sure. Oh, we get first goal on the board. All right, let's go. Never mind. Somebody else. All right. And on the hero side of things, we also got like some crazy stuff as well, like Metal Harbor and Finish. That's also probably one of the first linear goals besides Wild Canyon as well. I'm sure Dawn is definitely like drooling at the mouth right now, trying to get to Wild Canyon. Just thinking about it, as we are going to be counting down very soon. Yeah, I think. Oh my gosh, I didn't get to say this in our match before, Drum, but like the reason I missed out on a goal because I waited at the freaking the cutscene in Iron Gate, and I didn't click off on a goal in Dry Lagoon. Hopefully that doesn't happen to these runners. I don't expect it to. Yeah, right.
It just can be quite laggy.
It just goes to show, I mean, like every single second counts here, even though it doesn't seem like it at some points in bingo, and it's sort of a dynamic you don't really see a whole lot, Drum, in like in a straight up race. Every single second counting. And speaking of counting, we're pretty much we got 5 minutes already elapsed. Looking to go right now. These runners are off to the races in a few seconds here. And just sort of the outlook here that we should expect. Prophet and Dawn, yep, we're going in. Prophet and Dawn sort of... What's happened?
all reasonably synced as well. No late
Yeah,
goes.
we are super synced right now. A very good timing here. We're gonna see what happens here in Iron Gate. Any Ethmar hops? Gotta love Ethmar hop. Oh no one, why does anybody go for Ethmar hop? It's awesome. Meanwhile, Prophet does hit those boxes, so Aura's coming out of this with a little bit of better elevator time. However, we got to see what definitely happens at the very end, right, Drum?
Yeah, nothing really to say so far. Getting into the gameplay section of City Escape, and Dawn is... Well, Dawn's hero PB is about 2.5 minutes faster than Drywall's. Well, maybe it's just 2 minutes. Well, City Escape coming up right here. Both pauses.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Get CE skip.
That's happened so
it's
much.
Never been done before.
In like 2 races very recently, we had the double CE skip. It was in fact 2 in a row, so 4 CE skips in a row.
Yeah, I believe that was our race. A couple, might have been. Anyways. So Drywall, like I was looking at Drywall's movement right now, and definitely looking really clean, and not surprisingly, catching up with Dawnsparce, like regarding execution, which is very impressive for him. I'm sure he's very happy with his execution as so far. He's not looking to take this one He's not looking to take this one standing down. Drone.
I'm not sure how he lost a little bit of time there, but and Dawn going for the did lose a tiny bit of time, but really solid City Escape considering it's a bingo. So I mean, this is really interesting so far. Going into the plethora of story goals where they all take quite a lot of time to complete within the levels. You really want to see both runners either hitting CE skip or failing it, and so we're on course for a good show.
Yeah, we really are, and I mean this Iron Gate is also looking to be really good here. Prophet is getting a bit of an advantage here, and will be closing out a little bit faster. Oh, is that they're about the same time IGT. It just I guess one of them started a bit slower, I guess. Meanwhile, we got the hardest boss in the entire game here. Gotta watch out for this Bigfoot boss.
Ooh, Prophet got the A rank. The 3 mechanicians A rank. Prophet has got 1. Aura has not.
Ah, okay. So I guess that's that may just be a part of Aura's calculations right now. I mean, they both did tie. But you got to think to yourself, as you already know that you're not going for this mission, and perhaps you already let the other person go for it.
Okay.
I think I'm getting decider.
Animals, so this is the 5 animals. He's got 1 so far. There was 1 actually right behind Spawn that didn't get. That's 2. Drower getting a great piece 1. Don't believe he's got any animals so far.
Yeah,
he's now getting the pipe here.
Whoa, getting a free piece does Dawn. This is really not
3rd animal.
Good, but I mean,
getting a suspended ceiling is brilliant for bingo because there's 2 condors along the way. Just 1 animal left.
He's going to get it right away. Where the wind
and
blows,
then a brilliant piece 2. He was right there. He probably should have even checked this.
Yeah. Interesting routing, however, he is going to get. I don't think Drywall.
That's it. That's 5.
The goal's already gotten. The good news for Drywall is that he is not very far behind.
Oh, Mr. Free Piece.
Plants in the Shade does Aura get right now. This is very amazing. However, I mean, Prophet already does have a free piece, so it's going to be pretty hard to contest. Blue and White Striped Pillar. That's not a piece you see every day, Drum.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate for Drywall. So lost a lot of time getting the animals and still didn't win the goal. And then Prophet also getting his goal. So it's 2-0 to Dawnsparce right now.
Yeah, and I mean, both of them are poised to get the other goal in Prison
Lane, yep.
Harbor. Prison Lane.
Green Shield in Prison Lane.
Yeah, and it's definitely... It's basically just on the way, so it's sort of a goal, non-goal. You just got to not get hit. But also, as well, Prophet... and I'd like to say, Drum, anything can happen in the Sand Ocean stage. It is such a demon for a lot of these runners, no matter what your skill level is. As we see, Prophet sort of jumps there, which you don't normally see.
Yeah, and we've got 2 chow boxes here, so we're probably not going to see sand walking for either. They're going to probably get the chow boxes.
Right, it is definitely faster just to not even think about sand walking here, which is kind of nice in a way.
Yeah, A ranks for the Dawnsparce, so I'm sure both Dawn and Prophet are going to try and get A ranks in these stages.
Yeah, and the best case scenario for Prophet is if he both beats Dawn and gets the goal. The only problem is he may have to whistle glitch depending on what he does, but he is quite an accomplished 180 runner, so I do expect that he will have the routing here down. Drawn.
Yeah, Prophet does make first cycle. Aura is going to make it as well. He may be a touch early.
No, he's good.
Probably
he's good.
okay.
He's good. Yeah, very tight jump, but he does get it eventually. 100 rings are pretty free as long as you don't get hit by the bomb at the very end.
Oh, Dawn got hit. Dawn got hit. That's it. You can't do the green shield goal.
Okay, Dawn does get hit, so here we go. A crisis already for Dawn.
And Drywall's just not going for it. The green shield, he just passed it. He's just not going for it.
I mean, technically...
No, he's going back. He's going back. He's going back.
He's going back. Okay, but I
Good
mean...
decision.
Well, he still didn't get it. You have to go all the way around it. This is a tricky one to get. But he does get it, which is awesome. And you got to think to yourself, I mean, if you're...
Ooh. Dawn's actually not doing great on points to get an A rank here. You
yeah,
don't,
I mean...
Yeah, he's just barely on the mark.
Speaking of points, as well as the time, Drywall gets hit, which is not good. I mean, you can still, in theory, get a shield if you go back for the checkpoint, I guess. But you got hit. You don't have enough rings. What are you going to do, really, Draw?
Dawn whistle glitched into then getting hit. Probably is going to get able to get an A rank here. Keeps getting hit.
Yeah,
you don't want to see this.
Such... You don't even think about this in a bingo, right? But I mean, hey, Dawn gets it. Dawn gets the points.
Oh, only just.
Oh, this is really
that's barely an A rank.
This is really looking bad for our IGT fans out here because
they decided
just got
to reset
4 goals. It's got 4 goals. I mean,
this is bad. Drywall's got the green shield goal in the bag. Surely, however long it will take, he's seeming committed to it. I really would not have done that because of how many more goals there are. I think that was the bad play.
Yeah, I mean, what I like to say, Drum, Drywall just basically rolled out the red carpet to Dawnsparce and just said, yep, here are all these linear goals. You can just have them. I'm going to be really far behind now.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and I mean, meanwhile, we're seeing some excellent execution here with Prophet in Radical Highway and Dawn in Metal Harbor, where it will be yet another goal, which will be 5-0.
And Drywall managed to forget the green shield. Got it now. Prophet is going to get another goal right here, I'm sure, with the 3 goal beetles in Dog Story. I'm certain he's
not happy, is it? Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you, Drum. I don't think there's a mission in Radical Highway. There
isn't an explicit one, but you can finish the Gold Beetles.
The Gold Beetles, yeah. And I mean, Aura can finish it. Prophet is ahead, however, so I fully expect that he will get it. Actually, no. No, he's not going to get it, even if he does get this. We're going to have to wait till Lost Colony.
No, he's got it now.
He's got it now?
He's got it, yeah.
Oh, he's got it, okay.
Because you get the one in that notion because he's a skipless.
The only problem is I think it's pretty tough to get both the Chow Box and the Gold Beetle in the same run for first cycle, unless he got for second cycle. I think that's what he did, though. But moving on here, we're at the end. There's going to be yet another goal on the board for Dawnsparce. This is the worst case scenario if we're an IGT fan right now.
Yeah, this is 6-1.
This is looking like Locust right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so, IGT and America had, every chance, but they unfortunately have fell behind.
Yeah, and I mean, next we're going to see Weapons Bed. Next we're going to see Green Forest, like right now. So this, like, I hate to say it, but we just might see like a 1-9 in a second here, 1-8, 1-9.
Yeah, 5 in in Green Forest. Yeah, these are like... It's stuff that they are built so like you can get half and half, but of course you do need to play well. Like these goals just aren't going to be gifted to you if you're mouse behind. You're just not going to get them.
And I mean the other thing, like you said, playing well, also making the right decisions as well, and just sort of sticking with your gut. Drywall kind of resetting for that green shield, sort of getting one goal. Like it's sort of like an eye for 2 eyes in a way, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Drywall not having the best of times here with this rocket. Dawn is already in Green Forest. Gonna get these small animals, I believe.
Small animals, correct. Wow, great first piece. This is an excellent set so far for Prophet.
Yeah.
It was Yellowhead and then under the treasure chest, I believe.
Is that under the treasure chest? I believe that's no.
It was red there, so it was either room with hieroglyphics or under the treasure chest.
Yeah, and I mean this is a ridiculous set right now. Like the stars are just aligning for their victory. And it's just kind of crazy. I mean, Aura's
this is hintless.
Really
oh goodness.
good.
I didn't even realize this was hintless.
Yeah,
That's
this is
perfect.
Hintless. This is actually like absurd, by the way. I mean, and I think we both understand that. But my God, like Aura Ace is not getting. And by the way, Aura Ace is already pinging already for Yellowhead, so it's not like he got a bad set or anything as well.
Yeah, it didn't. It looked like he was forfeiting hintless because he read the hint there. I'm not sure if he did that already, but Prophet was just that was outrageous look for him.
Yeah, that was just crazy. And I mean, we are
saved time hintless. Saved time doing a hintless mission.
Oh, can you imagine that? Like that's. Like, how do you even do that? But Dawn does die here, giving Drywall a little bit of leeway, but it's just going to be such a mountain to climb, Drum.
Yeah, I'm not sure how far that was into the level, but I think that was quite
air
a reasonable amount. Was it?
He died during air easy, so it's like a few seconds maybe, but I mean, you take what you can get if you're Drywall, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I mean, the other thing is, like, you have to compete with Dawn's execution, and I can't think of a more scary thing to do if I'm Drywall.
The fourth animal for Dawn. Surely going to get this goal too, barring disaster.
Yeah, and I mean, he does have plenty of lives. I don't imagine he would... Dawn always goes for Green Forest wall run, I noticed. He's just so good at it, but there's not a lot that can go wrong for Dawn right now, as both Prophet and Aura are in Lost Colony, so there is that going for them. Yeah, just I you know what? I haven't seen someone like Dawn, maybe like Trader and Dawn, who just really, really consistent at this skip and impress me every time, John. Meanwhile, I mean,
if I was
Drywall I wouldn't be going
for this. Drywall's going for animals. That's, as you mentioned, that's again an incorrect decision. You need to be trying to claw back story advantage.
Yeah, and I mean, it's there are two sides of that coin, my friend, because like you're either Drywall getting these animals and just sort of praying and hoping that Dawn just dies. He checked off the goals, so clearly he's not going it anymore. But you're absolutely right. Drywall does die, however, and with that death sort of comes the death of his team winning this race, because I can't imagine how Dawnsparce can lose right now.
Yeah, so Dawn is now going to try and get 100 rings in this stage, and you may even wonder if Dawn is thinking, like, oh, maybe Drywall is right behind me, maybe I'm going to even skip out on this goal. I wonder if he's thinking that. Clearly not, since he's getting these rings, but that would be a valid thought, but unfortunately Drywall has just fell too far behind just with some deaths.
Right, I think so too.
Prison lane.
And I think, what's his name? Dawn is just super confident that he is so far ahead. I mean, going into this match, you have to believe that you're ahead, even if you've made mistakes, if you're Dawn, to be honest. Nothing against Drywall or anything, but it's just looking really bad, because no goals have been taken, right, Drone?
Yeah. It is quite sad that the only one they've taken is Prison Lane.
Yeah, and that's the only one, and it was taken by Drywall himself, so you've got to imagine he's at least that far behind. Meanwhile, we have yet another goal here in Weapons Bed. 2 Chow boxes, one of the easiest things you can imagine. As we can see, he's going for the upgrade there. Skipping a Chow box.
Yeah, that is kind of this. All 3 Chow boxes are kind of on the way. So when I had this goal earlier, I did skip that one too. I'm not sure quite why he's taking the upgrade, to be honest.
Maybe he just wants a large cannon. Maybe he's compensating. I don't think he would do that.
So all are going out to missions right now.
Yeah, and I mean, you kind of
can't blame them.
Again, like we were talking about this constantly in the races, you want to get some points on the board if you're just faced with a almost certain loss here, just to pull yourself up if there is indeed going to be a playoffs of some sort. However, I mean, we'll talk about that if that even happens. Prophet looking clean, looking awesome, is going to close out with 10 goals on the board. I don't think I've seen anything quite like this, Joe.
Yeah, unfortunately for IGT in America.
Yeah, I think they're going for world record. They're going for the head. They want to clean this up in less than 20 minutes? Oh. I don't know how you say that. Like Aug? A-O-U-G-H? That's that moment. Aug, indeed. I mean, maybe not so much. I mean, Aura will be getting this mission, is exiting out. So we'll get something on the board. Meanwhile, I mean, Drywall comparatively not as far behind because he does not have to jig up all of these thingies, all these rings.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll also go for Headquarters M3 and then for Iron Gate M4 A rank.
Yeah, and I mean that would definitely. Well, if Profit goes for them, they would then close out the game that way. However, Drum is gonna get the Mystic Melody for Headquarters right now, so it's like here's the thing, right? If you're Profit, you win either way because you just figure out that goal's checked off and you can keep doing story, right? It's kind of crazy. Honestly, right, Drum? If you're what's his name? If you're Don, you could like go for Pumpkin Hill all missions A rank if you wanted to, if you have the desire to do so. But that would still close things out, right?
I mean, I guess at this point, Dawnsparce, they ought to be thinking for a route to win the match. So as if it's like an election or something. Oh, I need these states. Really, they're thinking like, I need 3 more goals.
I like that.
What are like guaranteed goals? Like, there's no point in going for ones where it's like I might lose because I mean it may be more fun and competitive that way, but it's not a winning strategy.
I like how you said that, and that is such an apt comparison, by the way. It's like, yeah, I got to win these states, and why campaign on these states when I'm already going to win this state? That's such a funny comparison. I like that a lot. Meanwhile, so most notably, I mean, Profit is going for Headquarters M2, so we know that he's wasting time here. But I don't know. Still could be useful for 80 emblems, I guess.
I think that they're just trying to claw back some goals, maybe hit 4 or something.
Yeah, and I mean, the best news is, I mean, Aura is gonna snipe this goal right out of his nose, but
that's where they come.
Yeah, we can see that Dawnsparce still hasn't. Well, Profit hasn't actually exited out yet, so you gotta wonder. I guess it is just yet another.
Well, Profit has. He's actually doing Headquarters M2, so he's just lost about a minute there through Aura getting M3.
Which is fine, I guess. And I mean, Drywall gets a small death at a pretty tight jump here in Mission Street, which isn't very fortunate. But I mean, what can you do?
Yeah, Profit. So actually, not exactly listening to my advice, and so what are they doing now? I was certain they would go for Iron Gate M4. So
I told you, buddy, they're going for 80 emblems. What do you think? Come on.
Okay, so a Profit is going for Iron Gate M4. He needs the upgrade. So Aura could have challenged him in that. That probably would have been the best idea, but he's going for story.
And I mean, we know, and look at what's happening on Dawn's screen, getting a really bad set, getting that dented ceiling as well. I mean, Aura is like sort of clawing his way back here in with regards to story progression at the very least, but this mission here in Iron Gate, you're right, it's really not being contested at all, Drum.
So that will be an 11th goal for them. However, this will take a while to get, so Aura will regain story advantage. So
exactly, yeah, and I mean
this opens up for him Cosmic Wall goal, Mad Space goal, and perhaps even Security Hall M5B rank.
And to be honest, I think that's what he's trying to go for right now. Just sort of trying to get the easiest goals that he can. I mean, if I'm Aura, I'm thinking that Profit is in like doing missions, right? I mean, at least I would think.
I mean, I suppose looking at the goals left on the table, it's not actually guaranteed that Dawnsparce will win. There is a universe where IGT can claw this back. It would have, it really would have been helped by Aura going into Iron Gate right now and challenging Profit, because it kind of will have to come down to 80 emblems.
There's no way Aura could possibly know that. Yeah, wait, just realized this thing is called IGT versus RTA. Crazy.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I think it's because they're 180 runners.
Oh.
Well, yeah. Well, do you know where the name IGT in America comes from?
I guess it's like IGT and you're in America, I guess.
It's the inverse of RTA in Japan.
Oh. Oh. Oh, that is so funny. I love that so much. Who came up with that? Was that Aura?
Yeah, Aura.
Alright. Props to Aura. We all love Aura Ace. Aura Ace is the best. Meanwhile, I mean, we are both, like, if it's any consolation to Drywall, they both are in Route 101 right now. They are quite far apart regards to time. About a 1 minute 30 deficit right now. But at least you got that going for you. As Aura does retake story progression here, which is pretty good, I would say.
It's definitely key. It's just a shame of how few goals they got right at the start. That really sealed their fate, but they can put up a decent fight now.
They can put up a decent fight. I think, like, if I'm Aura and I'm thinking to myself, Prophet's gonna get a goal any second now, I think I would definitely go.
Ooh, brilliant set.
No, this is the good set. This is the good stuff.
31.
I was about to say. Anyways. So yeah, I would, because we're not going to Cosmic. We are not going to Cosmic Wall. If I'm Prophet and I'm going to Cosmic Wall, I need to be in a straight jacket because I'm just the madman. I'm not going there.
Yeah.
I'm doing missions, and you got to think to yourself, if you're Aura, I'm thinking that too. So yeah.
I'm really thinking what could have been if Drywall didn't reset for the prison lane goal, which, like, really all signs point to that being a bad decision.
Yeah, and I mean, there are two sides of the coin, right? Because at that point, Drywall would have still been behind, like, story-wise. So it's
at this point,
a bit of a toss-up, right?
At least at this point in the run, he would be ahead. And that goal wouldn't have, like, flipped to Dawnsparce. They wouldn't be at 11, it would just be on the table.
Yeah, and I think so too. Like, I don't think it was the right, like, necessarily the right choice in a way, but Dawn does die in weapons bed, in hidden base. That's what I meant to say. Dawn dies again. You know, I've been seeing runners die a lot in this level, especially in RTA races. This is like a stage you can mess up, for sure. But yeah.
Aura also dying 13 seconds into White Jungle still has a strong story lead at this point.
Yeah, very strong, and I mean, we are at 11, so here's how it works for maybe viewers not knowing. The only way that they can win, that IGT in America can win, is if one, IGT in America predicts everything that Dawnsparce does perfectly, out executes them, and basically snipes them on the fly. That's the only way they can possibly win with such a huge time deficit. And that's not very likely drawn.
Wow, also a brilliant set for Prophet. 28.
Oh my gosh, we're getting some really good sets out here from Security Hall. It's just something that I'm very impressed by. The only thing we're seeing right now is Drywall is in Pumpkin Hill.
Oh, Pumpkin Hill missions all A rank. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, this isn't a bad idea necessarily.
It does pretty much seal their fate because there are 3 story goals left in Hero. That pretty much calls it.
It really does call it. Again, not a bad idea. If you're Drywall, you kind of have to assume, like, you haven't seen a board goal clicked in a while, so maybe he's doing this, but we know on our own that is not the case. And it's going to be... This race will be called in a few minutes, I want to say.
It just depends, because there's nothing really that Prophet can get in the coming splits. As for Dawn, there's Game Over and King Boom Boo. That's going to be it for a while. There's nothing really left, because the only other goals that they could take are Public Hill All Missions, which Drywall is doing, and then Route 101 M3. So they're just gonna have to continue deep into space at this point.
Yeah, pretty much no options. I mean, I will say, yeah. So here's what's happening, right? Prophet is going for a security haul right now, and I think we're going to see this thing end when Dawn does indeed game over to King Boo Boo. That should be the plan here, and I don't think Aura and Dra will have any plans like against that, basically.
Yep. Yeah, Dawnsparce have never really, this run fell into the trap of like losing ground by doing the same goals as IGT in America, but then getting sniped. They just did one headquarters split. Other than that, they've stayed out of trouble. They've guessed correctly. Prophet not getting the treasure scope or something. And so he's having to make use of the back ring.
Yeah, he's doing Melcher strats right now.
Yeah, and so ultimately, Dawnsparce have had a brilliant beginning where it could so easily have been a very even match out of the beginning. They were winning on all fronts and they took a huge lead, and then they're staying out of trouble by selecting different goals than IGT in America, which they don't necessarily have control over. It's just guesswork. But they've done that, and so that's pretty much it. It's a good victory by them.
Yeah, like I continue to be just so impressed by their play and by their decision making. Like their decision making has just been so spot on, Drum. Like throughout this entire bingo league, we got to find someone who can take a game off of them, right? Are you going to be the one, Drum?
So I have of course, like skills to go toe to toe with them, but yeah, my decision making is not where theirs are. I definitely find myself being flustered in bingo matches, and you definitely don't get that vibe with these.
Yeah, I mean, it's so tough. I mean, we are in egg quarters. We're not in egg quarters. We're in death chamber. We're in death chamber right now. Dawn is aficionado at this stage, trying to get the death strats on this E01.
Not too many lives though, so May lose quite a bit of time to death strats.
Yeah, and I mean it's also like a blessing in disguise, right? Because he does have to game over, and this sort of expedites the process. He's trying to get this. It's about a 15% chance. Not going. No, he's going for this one. He just figures May as well. He can definitely get like where the Scorpion used to be with this, or something crazy like that. So definitely not a bad decision here. Or even like a really good blue room piece as well. Nice and close. What do you think about this decision, Drum?
I think it's overall a very good decision, because even right now, where he's on 0 rings and maybe dying, he made sure to have 1 life spare before doing that, so he doesn't throw the whole split into the trash. I think everything's calculated.
Yeah, and I didn't even expect him to die there, but that was such a good decision on his end. I didn't even think of that. He has 0 lives. This thing's about to be closed out as soon as Prophet does get this mission here.
IGT America has a 4th goal with Pumpkin Hill all missions all their ranks.
Yeah, and if you're Dawn,
but yeah, they must be looking at that and thinking, excellent, so we'll have this one very shortly.
Yeah, and I mean, in your words, radio, I'll be taking this bingo match, is Prophet saying right now.
Yeah. Perhaps Prophet will have some trouble with getting a B rank in M5.
Yeah, that is
you have to really think about that. You have to think about the hints and the deaths.
Yeah, and I mean, I know the dreaded C rank is definitely it's definitely happened to some runners before, so I don't want to put it past our runners as well. I mean, King Boom Boo as well. If you're even if this doesn't work out, right? I mean, 5 hidden animals and Eternal Engine and finish is right around the corner. You can do BOFA, you can do EE skip, you can do whatever you want and just sort of get that mission right. So
yeah,
it's sort of a pick your poison.
And it is the final goal for them, because Game Over and King Boo Boo has been ticked off. So very little time for IGT America to get any other goals.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
Yeah, Aura isn't really able to get 5 hidden animals nor Skyrail M3 in the time that Prophet can get this goal. So he's got the piece 1 and he's died. So he has 0 points to start off with. He did kill that enemy for 200 points. I believe you need just under 15,000. I do have it written down. I suppose I could check.
I want to say like 14,000 or something. Don't take my word for it. I'm not a 180 runner, but
Let's see, Skyline 5. You need 15,000 to 15,990.
Oh, really? That's a high amount. What the heck for a B rank?
Correct.
Well, the good news is, like, when you do stuff like this, it kind of gives the B rank to you, right? In a way.
Yeah, this should be it, because... Yep, that's it. They've done it.
Alright,
GG's.
Hold up. It's not done yet. The suspense is killing me, Drum. I can't believe it. Oh my god. B rank.
13-4.
Alright,
Okay.
GG's everyone. What a race. And I mean, that was such a commanding race from Dom. Let's get everybody a round of applause for just all of the efforts we've seen so far. As we may think Drywall was not able to interview, but perhaps Aura may be able to give us a few words here. Yo, what's good, Prophet? And Dom and Drum.
Hello, gamers. Congratulations.
Congratulations on your efforts all around, guys. That was such an impressive race from everyone.
Yeah, it was quite commanding too. It was a board where, coming out of early game, there's a lot of goals, but it could very easily have been tied because all of the early game goals took a lot of time to complete. They were examples such as 5 animals in Wild Canyon. You could just skip that for story advantage. But Dawnsparce, you managed to take pretty much all of them.
Yeah, I think we got a little lucky. I mean, I know my Dry Lagoon was very lucky. My headquarters was very lucky. So, like, I was just getting my RNG in this run was just insane. Like, it was a massive advantage. I won't deny that at all.
Yeah, your headquarters M1 hintless that was like actually optimal hintless was ridiculous.
Yeah, it nearly beat my gold in Dark Story. Like, it was ridiculous. So yeah, I had no complaints about anything really. I think it all went pretty much as perfect as I could have hoped.
Yeah, and I mean that Dry Lagoon as well. Just sort of, I mean, Aura did really well in Dry Lagoon, but I mean, there wasn't much that he could do.
Yeah, I mean, without having to go for chow boxes, that was like a 23-second set. Like, it was just everything was just going ridiculous for me. So
yeah, and on the hero front, Drywall also got Sea Skip as well as Dawn.
Oh, let's go.
So they were tied going into Wild Canyon, and then Dawn got a really good set, and it would have even been better if he managed to get the treasure chest at the bottom right by the animal that he first went to. That would have been funny if you'd done that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! Wait. That's actually a good idea. That would have been.
Yeah. So you got the goal, and then you also finished early because Drywall was also going for the animals.
It was really funny because I had literally said before I had checked the hint, I was like, suspended ceiling and I'm popping off right now. And then I loaded and I got it.
Brilliant. It's brilliant because there's 2 condors along the way. You had a perfect set.
Yeah, there are 4 animals like right there. So that's just like, boom. Awesome. I couldn't have seen it any other way. However, I mean, I do want to bring up as well, I mean, or I'm not sure if you can chime in here, but when I know it was the green shield in Prison Lane M1 I want to talk about because
the timeline was Dawn got it, but then got hit. Drywall got hit, but then decided to reset, and that was actually a huge nail in the coffin. Really, that was quite. Yeah, we were talking about that. That's probably really not a good decision.
And I mean, alright, I just wanted you to walk me through your thought process here, like was it definitely your intention to reset there, or
I was playing Dark Story, so
well,
I did not know what Draw was doing.
What about the three mech missions all A ranks then? Because we noticed that you like didn't even fight on that front.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah,
what?
I noticed you didn't get the A rank as well.
In Sand Ocean?
Well, Sand Ocean and Iron Gate. You did
tie Profit. I don't know how to do the Sand Ocean one, so I was like, we're just gonna give them that one.
Same.
I was gonna hope that the plan was I get lucky in Dry Lagoon, and then this was a bunch of story goals, which is actually really good for me because Prophet definitely has way more knowledge on the missions. I was hoping it was a story goal, and I just beat him through the story, and I got a story goal, and then I got completely fucked in Dry Lagoon.
Yeah.
I was so tilted. I played so bad after that, man. I didn't realize you needed to jump to shoot the gold beetle in Sand Ocean, so I missed another cycle. I was on pace for one cycle with both, and I was like, I can't give. I could have sandwalked and given you 4 goals, but I'm like, I can't do that. I'm gonna hope he fucks up.
Yeah, and I mean, he did not. He was just like moving around in that level, and I did see that. Or like, you did so well and put up such a good fight, especially in like Lost Colony and Egg Quarters. You made a really good choice in Egg Quarters as well, but yeah.
I was curious how you got to Egg Quarters M3 so far. I assumed I was ahead in story, but I mustn't have been when we got to Security Hall if you got that one before me. Unless you clipped to get it, I don't know.
Wait, what?
The Egg Quarters M3.
Aura left earlier in the story than you did.
I just left after Lost Colony. I got the Mystic Melody and Dry Lagoon and.
Oh, okay, yeah. You clipped that together. Okay, makes sense. I was thinking that you need the treasure scope for some reason in my head there. That's why I didn't get it. That makes so much more sense. Yeah.
And so then when Aura went back into the story, he overtook you in story progression.
Yeah.
And I mean, at that point, you guys were like literally 1-9, so I totally think it was the better idea for Ace to do that just to get one thing on the board, and I totally did commend him for that.
Yeah,
so.
This match was won by 2 things. That was the taking all of the early goals, and then not getting sniped in other goals. You were rarely going for the same goal. Prophet beat Egg Quarters Mission 2, but that's pretty much the only example.
You guys were all going for different stuff.
And that was purely because my thought process was you need to get the upgrade in Security Hall. I just forgot what the upgrade I needed. So I would have gone for that a lot earlier if I'd realised, but no, it worked out quite well that I wasn't racing through M3 when he picked it off.
But yeah, I mean, I personally don't have anything more to add to this race. Anybody else?
No, not really. I think it was good fun.
That's it for the day.
That's it for the day. Dawnsparce, do we have any potential raid targets?
Let's have a look who's live.
You can choose today if you want, since I got yesterday. Yeah, I wanted to get to Crazy Gadget M3 to try out the CGSS method of it. I think that's what they do in the ILs, right?
Yeah, they do it without stopping.
I'm not really seeing. I don't know if anybody else is going in. Gurp was live, is he? He's not live anymore.
Yeah, he has raided the stream actually.
Oh, did he? Okay, let's go. Epic Gurp. No, I'm not really seeing anything. I don't know if anybody's got any suggestions.
I can check.
Yeah, let me see if I can pitch in here as well.
I'm sort of just running through Sonic categories looking for something. I'm not really seeing it.
We do.
Hedera went live?
I think though, if we're trying to stay with Sonic, Labris is live right now.
What's Hedera doing?
Yeah, doing some. Hedera is doing Super Mario Galaxy, so Lab is doing 06. So I think that.
Oh wow! Kino is doing Sonic Unleashed Wii any % for DN, according to the stream title.
DN, what's that?
You'll have to ask him.
I'll ask him.
I guess we got to find out.
All right. I mean, that sounds like a pretty good raid target.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Let's find out what DN is.
That works. Yeah. Yeah. The raid message is "What's DN?" That'd be perfect.
You got to find out. All right, everybody.
Kinoplat. 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 Yeah, he's the world record holder in Sonic Unleashed Wii, any %, and is a moderator of the game, active currently. He's pretty cool.
Awesome.
All right, everybody. Time. Oh, we